200, General Nadim 95, Al Mansour 90, and Pleasure Giver 83. 243, 10 spend, 35, Huge Jet 80.
For his call of one of the best sprint races ever seen on the Gold Coast. Thanks, Alan.
On Spring Fountain, who's in a very, very... Off and racing now. My Halo broke near the inside, was one of the first to go. Indy Man, Chief De Beers began quickly. General Nadim and Huge Jet mustering speed. Al Mansour's just behind them a little bit wide early, followed by Spender. Then came Grey and Gold. Fountain, General Nadim on the inside at Al Mansour at the 500 together. Chief De Beers has got the drop on them. He's third on the inside of Sovereign State. Then came Huge Jet. Spender the outside from Indy Man, Grey and Gold and Blazing Steel. General Nadim first for home, 300 out. Al Mansour's under the whip and Chief De Beers got into the clear. Spend on the outside is starting to run home strongly. General Nadim in front at the 200. Chief De Beers in second spot, followed by Spend and Huge Jet, but it's all General Nadim with 100 metres left to go. Chief De Beers, Spend and Pleasure Giver next, but it's the General. He's back on his pedestal today. General Nadim, and he won the money. Second home, Spend, a lip away, Pleasure Giver third. Then Arimathea. Arimathea, what a run him. Time was Indy Man. The General is back.
He's under pressure, coming to the outside. Spender's running on, the General's in front. Now he goes for the Shalabi on him. He beat it away. He's 2 lengths clear of Chief De Beers. Spender's up to third. It's the General in front. He's back today. This is what we've been waiting for him to do. And General Nadim raced away on the run to the line. Look at Jimmy Burns stand in the irons as they hit the line. And General Nadim has beaten Spend. It's a photo for...
Place 11 Spend at $2.60 and Pleasure Giver 340.
As you went past the post, did the steward say anything about that?
No, I was expecting him to, but they kind of let me go today, yesterday, so I was kind of glad it kept $500 in my pocket.
Now, you're out in front and you were highballing it along and you've broken the track record. Did you know you were going that quick?
Oh, he was always doing it quite well.
Territorial with the wide gate 83. So the ratings are 110. We've got $1.85 now for Testarossa. With that pool building up all the time, it'll be at 350 before long.
Most favourites in Magic Million history at odds on. Testarosa's out 3 deep on the fence behind them, Iron Ore. Then Sally Magic, Shelt not about to come to the outside, followed by Bossy Gal Plashenko. Further back in the field, Blue Danu, Thong and Pushbike, West Express, and further back, Lavina Bay. Into the straight, 400 to go. Henning is the leader from Grand Express. Testarossa, Sally Magic coming to the outside, and so too is Shelt not, and then came Iron Ore. Testarossa in front with 300 metres to go. Sally Magic a length away, and then came Shelt not, but Testarossa, he found another gear at the 100, he exploded away. Sally Magic in second spot, then came Shelt not and Lars Offany, but Testarossa, he's a great colt. Testarossa won the Magic Millions brilliantly. Sally Magic second, Shelt not third, fourth Lazophany.
Goes full bore on Testarossa, 200 metres to go. Testarossa shot away, he's 2 lengths in front of Sally Magic, followed by Shelt not, who's running on, but it's Testarossa. He's going like a real machine in the last 100 metres, and home he goes. Testarossa first by 4 lengths, Sally Magic second, Shelt not got third, Lazophany flying.
Line, and he really made the others look ordinary. That is a very, very good colt, by anyone's standards in any race.
He came deep outside the leader. It wasn't if he sat third or fourth on the fence and just came off the rail and went
hardest run in the race.
Yeah, the hardest run in the race. Yeah. He was out 3 and 4 deep around the home turn, and he's raced away and won by 4 1/4 lengths. I mean, it's probably the best Magic Millions win in history yesterday.
Yeah, class.
Stood Burnborough handicap, one of the specials, 100, a win tote of $3.65. Chief De Beers rates a 95. Ford
has gone forward. Big responsibility for the Burnborough. Harvey Ladd, the leader, a neck forgotten hero. Chief De Beers in third. Juggler ridden along a little bit in fourth. Roulette's going up on the fence. Then Laboo Lady, Divas Gold, Waterford Road, Sahara Z and Regal Rebel. Around the bend, Harvey Ladd joined by Forgotten Hero. Juggler's dropped off. Chief De Beers went to third on the outside. Roulette coming after him. Juggler can't go on. Then Laboo Lady, but Chief De Beers, he's dashed to the front at the 150. Forgotten Hero second. Then Roulette, Juggler, Harvey Ladd, but it's the Chief. Chief De Beers, he's careering away. Roulette and Forgotten Hero run the minors, but Chief De Beers bolts in the Burnborough. Roulette second, Forgotten Hero third, fourth Juggler, then Harvey's 20th win on the Doomben track. The reception of a Melbourne Cup winner. As he ends at this, 36 races, 20 wins, 11 placings. So in 36 runs at Doomben, he's missed the place 5 times. Billy Calder, and this is a great day for Queensland racing. The crowd giving him a standing ovation. And there he is, the Chief, the connection. He's gone 134.44 That's a new track record. He smashed the course record. It was
10 and 3:10. South Bend 5:32.20. King
steady in their racing. King of Atlantis went back shortly after the start. Out wide on the track, Balmaria, Kidman's Cove came out like a flash. And going quickly, Season Star. Unsettling, Kidman's Cove burning across. He'll go to the front from Basic. Season Star, Balmaria can last the fence and 2 lengths to King of Atlantis at the 550 metres mark, and Kidman's Cove in front. At his girth, the outside Basics. 3 wide, Balmaria, Season Star, the fence. Cassidy waiting for a run now on a cue from Galileo. South Bend, the fence from Zamochki. Further back is Umpire, then Torbolino, Dance with Me and King of Atlantis at the 300, and Kidman's Cove got away, led by 2.5 lengths Season Star, then came Basics. Further back in the field, accused South Bend can't get a run, but Kidman's Cove, what a marvellous effort, he streaked away from them. 4 lengths in front of Basics, Season Star, South Bend, then accused, but it's all Kidman's Cove, a wonderful effort, wins 4 lengths to Basics, third a photo, South Bend in front of accused and Season Star from Umpire. What a wonderful, wonderful effort. A horse that probably shouldn't be alive. Kidman's Cove has come from the outside gate with 59 and has cantered in, untouched, 10:40 and 1, and a great training effort by John Size. And he's been much too good. Not only has he won, he's absolutely bolted in. He's come...
Race today at Caulfield, and we're beating weight his right at Randwick.
Push has been clearly a dignity dancer. The spectacular go. Maybe the 600 haven't gone all that hard. Destruction Point a half, Paris Dream a half, Dignity Dancer out 3 wide. Spectacular Girl back on the inside, followed by Sedation and 2 to Royal Voyage when they neared the home corner. And Cassidy about to go now on the favourite Dignity Dancer. He's digging him up on the outside. Destruction Point leads from Paris Dream, and Dignity Dancer 3 wide with a good kick left, it appears, as they balance for home. Sedation getting up behind them. At the 200, Paris Dream takes the lead. Cassidy's called on the favourite now, Dignity Dancer. Destruction Point sticks on well on the inside. Paris Dream in front. Dignity Dancer with a job to do to get there is lifting. Paris Dream, Destruction Point, Dignity Dancer, they hit the line. Dignity Dancer, I think he's got there to beat Destruction Point and Paris Dream. Sedation. What a thrill, what a great battle between these 3. Judge calls for rail. Dignity Dancer really dug in, and he's got there, number 2. Number 2. Dignity Dancer has won the Autumn Stakes.
named champion.
Quality rolls, of course.
Anthem, so a pointer. And
at the Australia Stakes, here's the ratings. The ratings have gone with Laurie's Lottery number 7. He's got Grand Archway, who's been freshened up since a win in the VRC Oaks, but she's a Group 1 winner. She's got class, there's no doubt about that. And they're about to.
There was good support for it early. Laurie's Lottery's going to start favourite just ahead of Theatre, and Grand Archway's been a drifter. Is that a quick summary?
And a beautiful start in the Group 1 with Laurie's Lottery out wide, fighting the front. Tauco was away swiftly, so too is Theatre. Theatre hunting up along the inside to keep Laurie's Lottery. There's the first surprise. Leads him 3/4 of a length with Blue Storm third the outside, and then Tauco fourth, the rail from Flavour. Grand Archway out wide, followed by Whistle Up Alpha, and Honquok Star is last of all. Oliver has Theatre the leader. Laurie's Lottery right on his outside, a neck away. Blue Storm working 3 wide. 2 lengths just behind them. Grand Archway going around the outside with a searching run from Flavour, and Tauco held up on the rail. Then Whistle Up and Alpha and Honquok Star last of all. At the turn end, Theatre the leader. Laurie's Lottery niggled at hard now by York. Theatre probably travelling equally as well as him as he kicks a length in front. Grand Archway running on the outside from Flavour. It's Theatre in front of Laurie's Lottery. Grand Archway storming home. Theatre being tackled now by Grand Archway. Coming home the better. Theatre, Grand Archway. Grand Archway grab Theatre. Not much in it. The fillies put in a big lunge on the post. Flavour third, I think, from Laurie's Lottery. Champion of the Victoria Oaks has come back with the first up win over the 1,200 metres, never on the track. She's run 1:10.9, just 0.6 outside of the record set by Spartacus.
Right now.
Yeah, Graham's with me now, Matt. Well, Graham, not too many Oaks winners can come back and win a 1,200 metre Group 1 first up. She's pretty special.
Oh, yeah, we set her for the race, and it's a great achievement by... I think you'll see her when she races against the Colts and that in Sydney. I think she's something special.
She really... And Graham Rogerson. She's paid $12.60 for a win, $2.50 for a place. New South Wales punters were a bit keener.
Jimmy Cassidy's mount, rating 100. Speedy Kids... also 100, Miss Dugai 870, and this is a great field of fillies and mares in the Swettenham Stud Stakes. 3:30 Dantalar, 7.90.
Back in 97 on Apple Danish for Anthony Cummings. Here's Avaton coming forward. The roughie. The swerve up to the home turn, and My Millennium's gone like the wind. My Millennium brings them into the home straight, leading by 2 or 3 to Amber Gaze. Miss Jugar was third. Cassidy easing to the outside now on Dandelar. St Clemens Bell back near the inside, but My Millennium's got a huge lead at the 300. It's 3 in front of Dandelar, then Miss Jugar, St Clemens Bell, Speedy Kids. It's My Millennium the leader. Here's Dandelar though. Dandelar and the pumper. Dandelar takes the lead from My Millennium, Speedy Kids and Miss Jugar, and Dandelar wins the Swettenham Stud Stakes. My Millennium second, Speedy Kids third, Miss Jugar fourth, Astrolita and...
Yep, can't he ride a winner? Jay Cassidy. 260 and 130. 130 Dandelar. She had him covered pretty quickly in the straight. 330 My Millennium and 240 Speedy.
The Alistair Clark Stakes Mossman is at $4.90. Dignity Dancer $2.10, $1.50 on the New South Wales tote.
Dignity Dancer is vulnerable today. Same thing happened, though, in the Autumn Stakes, didn't it? But Dignity Dancer is pocketed hopelessly on the rails, with Paris Dream last of all. By the School and Sedation work to the lead now over Destruction Point. Dignity Dancer is pushing his way into the clear. Mossman is still there on his outside. He's coming with a run. Sedation's been headed off by Dignity Dancer. Mossman is coming after Dignity Dancer, and they're followed by Paris Dream, who's starting to stoke up and around the turn. Dignity Dancer, there's been a few things go wrong for him. He corners a length in front of Mossman and Paris Dream. Dignity Dancer out in the middle. Mossman having the last crack at him. Dignity Dancer tackled by Mossman. Dignity Dancer kicking like a tiger. Mossman trying hard. Dignity Dancer hung out but won. Did everything wrong, but he's won. Dignity Dancer from Mossman. Paris Dream third from Delirious, then Sedation. And $1.70. Dignity Dancer by Zabeel, himself a winner of this race.
Right, Mr. Innocent, the top rate ahead of Splendid Force as we check the Randwick update. Here's that rate.
My selection in the race, Mr. Innocent, mixed horse. He looks really, really good. You know, he's
From Splendid Horse, the fence. 2 lengths away, Shin Can See. Mr. Innocent being niggled out. Oh, Dipman had to give the whip to him there to make ground on the fence. They were followed by Maestro, Maker, Arena, Lawyer and Dracula into the stretch. At the 400, Prowl outside, Splendid Horse. Brown yet to go for him. A length away, Shin Can See. Boss having looks over his shoulder. Mr. Innocent under pressure behind those, and then came Maestro, Maker coming hard. Arena, Lawyer down the outside, and Dracula starting to wind up. Lawyers after Shin Can See, and Dracula starting to pelt home. In front is Shin Can See. He's the leader. Arena's getting up on the inside. Lawyer and Dracula. Dracula on the outside got up and won at a nose. Dracula in the last stride from Lawyer and Arena. They were followed by Shin Can See, Maestro. Shin Can See in front. Arena flashing home. Lawyer the outside. Lawyer races up and going with him. Dracula. Oh boy, this is a real head bobber. Lawyer, Dracula, and Lawyer headed locked together from Arena and I fancy he'll get up and score in a very tight photo finish. But looking at that replay, that is tight, very tight. Lawyer's got it. Number 5's got it. Lawyer Shane Dye. Second goes to number 3 Dracula and Dracula and
$14.70 and $2.80. Lawyer, a son of Wajib. Dracula $2.70 and a
$1.40 General Nadim. 13 Tie the Knot. Quick Flick 8.90. Dodge 13. Anthems 11. 11 Kidman's Cove. Hockney 30.
Gates are back. They're racing. Hockney, Quick Flick and Kidman's Cove out wide away quickly, and General Nadim bounced with them on the inside. Covers them on the bend at the 450, and General Nadim went up on the inside to go to the front, and a clear leader from Quick Flick. Coming out wide, Kidman's Cove giving chase to the champ. Back on the inside, Hockney, 2 lengths to Dodge, running on well. On top of the rise, Burn yet to summons the biggest effort now from the champ. General Nadim in front. Kidman's Cove is running a bit of a race. He's levelled up at the 200. Kidman's Cove's put his nose in front. He's just the leader. General Nadim's coming again. General Nadim the inside, and Kidman's Cove stride for stride. The General in front. Kidman's Cove's got him. Has he? I don't know. They hit it. The outside. I think Kidman's Cove's just got there from General Nadim. Tie the Knot finished third, and a great run first up. They were followed by Hockney. Then came Dodge, Mr. Vic. Sure and certain. Kidman's Cove.
$71.90, $1.20, and Tie the Knot $2.70.
Lightning Stakes, and here are the Sky ratings. They've gone with Show No Emotion. He rates 100. 8, A Point gets a 98. Theatre comes in with a 95, and Iska gets a 95. So 4, 8, 12. 4 Show No Emotion, 420. 16 for Natoire. 20 El Murada. in 89. 11 Scandinavia, 34 Blaze the Turf. Theatre at $5.90 has been kept very safe, and Iska number 13's at $4.60.
And Iska?
And the respect that her turn of foot.
Iska, I guess, is to a lot of people a surprise favourite, being as short as she is at $2.80. She's never started in a group race, and it's all been on the tremendous raps that have been put on her by the stable. Racing. Iska out well with Blazer Turf on the inside, ahead of a point El Morada, Toledo and Zedavit, and they're the horses going to the flat side, led clearly by Iska. Out on the grandstand side, Natois with great paces, leading with Masked Party and Show No Emotion going up to join them. 600, and it's Iska nicely clear on the flat, about 2.5 lengths in front of Toledo, and shows the way in the race. Blaze the Turf under pressure, third from El Morada, a point, and Zedavit last of the horses down on the flat. The grandstand again, and it's Natois, Masked Party and Show No Emotion from El Mansour, and Scandinavia trying to get a run through them with Theatre last on that division. On the other side, Iska's well clear of Toledo, and then El Morada, she's in front overall, I think, Iska. El Mansour and Scandinavia out on the grandstand side, but it's Iska clear, and Iska the brilliant Finny takes out the Lightning. Iska beat Toledo, either El Morada or Scandinavia for third from Theatre, and then El Mansour, followed the first filly since capped on Teebs in 1975 to win a Lightning Stakes. Greg Childs picks up a Group 1, trained by Peter Hayes. The reps enormous, having compared her to Special, and she's lived right up to them with a stunning win. Toledo's run second, ridden by...
Now, Flemington, dividends on the Lightning. Iska, $2.80 and $1.40. Boy, she firmed up in the last little bit. Toledo, $2.90. Scandinavia, $3.10. Another honest run.
I thought that she showed qualities very reminiscent and reminded me of Special.
Oh, yeah. And here we go. General Buster Jones is next. Intergaze number 1 on the Super Tab is 57 Alpha, $7.80. Darren Gouchy aboard. Bazille Bay, Jimmy Show, Bomber Bill, $4.60. In from $6.90. Jason Patton to ride, and he gave us a good leg up miles.
The race made Group 1 back in 1993 when Durbridge won it. We've seen 2 mil. By the 800, and Bazille Bay a length and a quarter. Bomber Bill. Laurie's Lottery is in the box seat third. Grand Archway outside it. Neens on the outside of those horses. Istadata's push wide to make a run. And Markham ridden along at the back. Coming towards the turn near the 400 metres now. And here it's Bazille Bay being tackled left, right and centre. Out wide. Grand Archway's moved up to have a crack at him. They swing wide. Bomber Bill between them. Istadata out wide, and Laurie's Lottery got the rails run. Bazille Bay kicks in the straight. Laurie's Lottery coming at him on the inside, and Grand Archway the outside. Great battle. 3 across the track here. Grand Archway, Bazille Bay, and on the inside, Laurie's Lottery. Grand Archway and Bazille Bay. A great battle. It's Grand Archway going home the better, and the filly won it by a neck, Bazille Bay. Istadata's run a giant third. Then came Laurie's Lottery. Behind them, Intergaze, followed by La Volta. Then came Alpha, trailed by Buster Jones. Bomber. Grand Archway just keeps on winning. The Wake becoming the first filly to take out the CF4 since Surround in 1977.
Archway, $4.81.70. Bazille Bay, $1.60. Is to that $12.80.
Up a Tycoon Lil could have become one of the turf greats, but she's broken a bone in her leg. The injury happened during light track work in Auckland yesterday. Owner Peter Walker said it was possible the 4-year-old could recover from the injury and even make a return to the track, but he wasn't prepared to risk her chances as a broodmare. Tycoon Lil hit the headlines after winning 3 Group 1 races, including the Canterbury Guineas in Sydney. The mare was being prepared for a winter campaign in Brisbane.
And this is an exciting time here. Small field, but tactics all important. Great clash. Mossman, 1,800 metres. Second leg of the 3-year-old Triple Crown. Off they up on the outside of those two now, so Mossman has pocketed down the side, where Royal Voyage, the leader. Dignity Dance is only ahead away as they go to the 600. Delirious is out 3 wide, Dance back on the inside, and Mossman, 500 left to go now. The pressure starting to wind up. Dignity Dance are nearly level. Royal Voyage on the rail, Delirious third, Dance held up. Mossman last of the 5, 3 lengths covered them, and the champion 3-year-olds travelling sweetly. Dignity Dancer, the pupper lets him have a little leather now, and around the turn, Dignity Dancer puts it to Royal Voyage. Then Dance getting into the clear. Mossman out wide. They reach the 200 metres, and Dignity Dancer drew a length and a half in front. Danska's sticking to him pretty well with Mossman on the outside. Dignity Dancer's under the whip. Danska's having a rally through on the inside, but Dignity Dancer puts his stamp on the race and wins it 3/4 to Dansk second. Mossman close up third from Delirious and Royal Voyage.
And he's going to be a short favourite there. He's too good for them the way he's racing right now, and he's going to get better with the bigger track and the longer distance. No third dividend for Mossman. Quinella $4.40. Trifecta $10 even. And the running double on 8 and 2, 17. Now taken him.
Now you go to the Guineas.
Yeah, look, he's a moral to win the Triple Crown now. They can't beat him. If they're going to beat him, they would have beat him at the Valley. They've talked all week. Mossman could beat him. They're not good enough. He's too good.
About 21 minutes from now. And it shows Scandinavia and Blue Storm, the top raters, ahead of Dantalar and Theatre. Here's the tote call. Flavour 17, 27 Almansour, Show No Emotion.
The fact that Iska's been withdrawn, certainly robbing the race of a good deal of interest. It's just an outstanding lineup of sprinters. They've got 3 in tote betting with Dantalar, the flying mare, Jim Cassidy on board. Look, Dantalar gets set.
Flavour all clear. They're being trailed then by Blue Storm, well back approaching the turn from Flavour El Marada and Declare. And at the turn at the 400, Magic Music had got through on the inside and leads Cradle Snatcher, Paint Wider out. Then Zedavit, Dantalar trying to get into the clear. Theatre over on the inside behind the leader. Magic Music kicked by 2 at the 200. Paint's coming after it, followed by Cradle Snatcher, and now Dantalar coming home well with a point weaving through. Magic Music, Paint, and on the outside Dantalar, Paint, Magic Music, Dantalar, Paint hit the front. Dantalar lunged. Oh, couldn't pick it. Between Dantalar and Paint, there's nothing in it. Photo for third. A point ran on hard, and Magic Music held on grimly. Just behind those to finish in the race, Al Mansour, Tauke, Declare, Scandinavia arrived in time. It's nearly a dead heat. 4's got it. Number 4, Dantalar, has got it on the outside. Plate. 4th was a point. 5th was Tauke. 6th was Al Mansour. 1:2.8 the time. Continuing her wonderful run. Lost the railway on protest over in New Zealand. Came back to Adelaide
to see, and the punters, well, why wouldn't they be happy? 481.90, Paint 530, Magic Music $4.90. Caulfield, which is one of the Angus Arm and Asco Stakes. Sunline's appearance here, reappearance in Australia. It's the top rater, ahead of Rose of War, Dane Lawrenson. So, 8 out of 8 so far for Sunline. Can she remain unbeaten? We're about to find out.
700 metres to go, and Pace Invader trying to slow the tempo, but Sunline moves up, and Aphrodite's off too. Aphrodite 3 deep at the 600, raced into the lead over Sunline the middle, and Pace Invader the rail. 3 lengths back, Rosa War and Danelaw when they came to the turn, and then Haywire at the bend now. Sunlight in the middle, Aphrodite the outside, Pace Invader over on the fence corner in front of Rosa War. Larry Cassidy asking now for this champion filly to do something. She's quickened, and on the inside Aphrodite and Sunline. Sunline drew 3/4. Here's the fresh one. Rosa War is after Sunline. It's her moment. Sunline, Rosa War comes at her. Rosa War levels, takes the lead, and Rosa War wins at a half length to Sunline. 3 lengths to Visual Displays running on to grab third. Just grabbed it there from St Clemens Bell.
Being beaten for the first time for today, Sunline. It was still a terrific run by the filly. It's on top in the ratings, ahead of Arena, Kenworth and Lawyer, 2 ahead of 174. $3 for Dracula. Now, Arena, $9.40, $3.
In front, had the race run to suit. Led a half Shin Can See. 2 lengths, Mr. Innocent being niggled at. On the outside spin, then came Arena starting to improve. Dracula 3 wide, going nowhere at the moment, and Lawyer back to the fence as they turn, and Kenworth straightens for home in front. He got away to lead over a length on Shin Can See, again coming after him. 2 lengths to spin. Dracula letting down the outside with a good run. Then Mr. Innocent, no run, Arena from Lawyer. Kenworth in front, Shin Can See's grabbed him. Here's Arena bursting through, and his stablemate Dracula. They're after Shin Can See. It's Dracula coming after him with Arena. Arena lunging in the shadows of the post and got up, I think, the winner Whisker. Maybe Arena on the line just from Shin Can See, and out wide Dracula and Lawyer, a great run. They were followed by Mr. Innocent, Spend and Kenworth. Side photo finish. As they hit the line, Arena looks to have just done best to win. And what
he weighs in 10:43.60. Shin Can See, a bold performance, wasn't it? 390. And General Nadim, there's the tote favourite ahead of Kidman's Cove, Tithe and Not Quick Flit. General Nadim won 85.70 Tie the Knot. Quick Flip 12, 720 Dodge Anthems 19, 570 Kidman's Cove, and Mr. Victory 100 Apollo Stakes of 1999. Terry.
Racing in the Apollo and Mr. Victory, Quick Flick and General Nadim all came out of the gates very quickly, and Kidman's Cove has ridden aggressively, but along the Flickster at the 800 metres mark led narrowly. General Nadim has moved up and he's putting the acid test to him. He's hit the front now, the General. 2 lengths away, Kidman's Cove getting this great run, and they're going very hard. They're 10 lengths in front of Dodge Mr. Victory. Then came Tie the Knot going forward, but 15 off the lead, and Anthem's last of all. Burners making Quick Flick work on the General. General Nadim just in front of Quick Flick. Coming to the outside, Kidman's Cove, and they're in one race, the others are in another, headed by Dodge and Tie the Knot in the stretch, and here's Kidman's Cove on the outside. Beasley let him go, and Kidman's Cove exploded to the front at the 200 metres mark. General Nadim can't match him from Quick Flick a mile away, Tie the Knot, but Kidman's Cove in front, racing in the best form of his career, and with 100 metres to go, he's got the Apollo Stakes shot to bets. Kidman's Cove goes home and wins by 3 lengths. General Nadim second, and Tie the Knot a rattling third, a great run. Quick Flick next from Anthems, not far away. Class record for the race record at 121.9. Volante, the track record holder at 121.3. 121.3 is the overall time. The Flante record, I should say, is 121.06, so they're 0.24 outside the track record.
Joining me. This horse has just improved lengths and lengths.
Hasn't he found somebody? He brained him today. I mean, admittedly, he had all favours sitting on having the drop on those 2 leaders, but he couldn't have been any more impressive over the final bit. So, yeah, he's just killing them, isn't he?
As you know,
Quinella paid $3.70, the trifecta $29.
Simon is, of course, the St George Stakes, and Intergaze at $8.40, Istedad at $10, $11.40, Grand Archway, even money on the Giddy Goat at $2, and My Jasper is showing 31. $7.90 for Tara Kahira. Grand Archway into odds on now, $1.80, and My
Zaccarino and Royal Blue provide the pace, working to the lead over Istedad. Just behind them, My Jasper, Tara Kahira. Grand Archway's moving forward on the outside, caught about 4 wide, they're about to climb up the hill. Then Intergaze of changes 1,000 to go, and Tara Kahira sprinted to the lead now and leads by 2 lengths Royal Blue, Zaccarino. 1 away to Grand Archway, still out wide, followed by My Jasper, Istedad over on the fence, 2 lengths to Intergaze and our Unicorn. By the 800, Tara Kahira led by a little over a length to Royal Blue, Zaccarino the rail. Then Grand Archway, the favourite's having a real tough time. My Jasper the centre, Istedad lobbing along on the fence but needs a run. And then our Unicorn and Intergaze, a very tightly bunched field, comes up towards the turn. Zaccarino's got up on the inside to tackle Tara Kahira. Grand Archway third's done it hard and she's under pressure. Our Unicorn sweeps around the outside with Intergaze, and Istedad gets a rails run. Zaccarino kicked 2 in front. Istedad through on the inside is coming after it with Intergaze coming home, and our Unicorn out wide. No Grand Archway. Istedad in the centre has raced to the lead now. Istedad being tackled by Intergaze on the outside. Istedad's a length in front, drawing clear though, and Istedad goes down to win by 2 lengths to Intergaze second, our Unicorn third. Next to finish was Zaccarino, a long break My Jasper and Grand Archway.
$3 and $2 for the place money. Intergaze paid $1.90 for the place, and so too did our Unicorn.
The Grand Archway 13 to 8 on. You waited half an hour then for her to get in the picture.
She was never in it in the straight there. Des Gleeson did report in the steward's report that she pulled up sore in the near hind leg, and Andrew Bensley phoned through this morning to let her...
He said, Richard, he didn't do his form, Opie Bossum, and I'll tell you the reason why, because Shane Dye has touted that Grand Archway is 5 lengths better horse when ridden quiet and cool. Ridden back, swoop, make one run. Now, yes,
I've got enormous respect for Opie's ability, but it's very difficult to fly into a strange country, a strange track, or maybe on the morning of the race or the day before. You don't know the form, you don't know the horses that you're running against, you don't know what they're going to do, and unless you do an enormous amount of homework, things like that can happen to you.
You've got to expect 90 for Viva La Diva. Should pay great attention to his readout's choice. Last week he only raced for the first time, and as we pick up vision, you watch...
Gives him a dig right here, ask him to race forward. He does that. If anything, he gets a little bit keen, he checks right there. Now he recovers from this quite well. You see him get unbalanced. Jim didn't panic. He's getting a nice track into the race. Watch the pointer here. This horse is having his first start. He pushes them out of the way and makes room for himself.
He's a bit of a racehorse, isn't he? But today he was greatly aided there by the inside alley. He hasn't got that today. He's drawn deep.
And I don't don't think today he can make those sort of blues. There are some seasoned 2-year-olds here, some real pros at what they do. Now, he's got to be a superstar to get away with what he got away here at Caulfield last week. There's rumours he's been a touch on the shin sore side. He did a lot of hard work that day. I think he's got to improve a little bit. This is only his second start in a big group.
Readout choice.
Draw closer to the Blue Diamond Stakes and Mercedes-Benz. Testarossa, $293. Real Jester at $10. Colin at 12, Redoubt's Choice at 10, Honour the Name 20 at 89, Downing Street at 33s, Northeast Sheila at $9.
$2.50, a clear-cut favourite, Real Jester.
Racing. And Testarossa began okay. Northeast Sheila flew out. So did Card Queen, Dance Baby Dance. Out quickly too, Readout's Choice on the outside, but Northeast Sheila's going like the wind and is dangerous, and Downing Street last of all. Northeast Sheila inside the 600 a half, Testarossa niggled at second. A length and a half, Readout's Choice, third outside Cullen. Then Card Queen, Real Jester, Akhenaten. 2 lengths to Fleet, followed by Dance Baby Dance, Honour the Name and Sedurka when they corner. Northeast Sheila first round the turn. Here's Testarossa laying down the gauntlet of the filly. Cullen on the inside, and Readout's Choice is starting to run home clear of Real Jester. Testarossa at the 200, drew a length and a half. Readout's Choice is coming home well. Readout's Choice after Testarossa. Readout's Choice has grabbed the lead, 50 to go. Draws away, and Readout's Choice has won the diamond. 2 lengths Testarossa. Dangerous flashed home, grabbed third perhaps from Real Jester. Downing Street coming home hard, and Cullen. Then
What a horse. Only having his second start in a race.
Cullen.
Quite apart from that, this is an extraordinarily good horse.
Blazing favourite now for the Sipple.
Golden Slipper favourite. But he was at good odds today at his second race start. He paid $11.40 and $3.80 on Super Tab, $1.40 on Super Tab, $1.
Testarossa had come back to his best. Along came Redout's Choice. Rick Lacey said, I've been shouting from the rooftops that this is the best horse I've ever had. Now you'll listen. Danny Nicolette said, I'll go anywhere to ride him.
Well, I've said that I think he's the best horse I've ever trained, and I mean that horse is shin sore, and he's still able to do what he did today. I mean, you know, that's a remarkable performance, and he can only improve. And he's so relaxed.
Certainly don't think. El Mansour is the top weight at $13. Bazil Bay, the one everyone wants, is $1.70. Rustic Dream at $20. Umrum sweated up in the yard.
Benson a length and a half. Rustic Dream last of the 7. 6 lengths covered them. At the 600, El Mansour 3/4 to Helm. One away, City Kids on the inside. Half Bazil Bay. Cassidy hasn't asked a question of the favourite yet. Buster Jones a length and a half away with the baldy face, and then Umrum and Rustic Dream. El Mansour led around the home turn from Helm. Bazil Bay a length and a half away, now asked to go. And then Speedy Kids when they corner. El Mansour hasn't been let go. He leads a length and a half to Helm, ducking in behind him. 2 lengths Bazil Bay. Gee, he's going to need to get a wriggle on. El Mansour with a nice lead at the 150. Bazil Bay's gone. Here's Rustic Dream. It's El Mansour in front. Helm the inside, and Rustic Dream. El Mansour. Rustic Dream lunge. Not much in this between El Mansour, Rustic Dream. Helm on the rails in third place, clear of Bazil Bay, who couldn't go on from Speedy Kids Umra.
Reasonably confident earlier. I thought he was kidding, but it was I was the one who was kidding. And that close-up shows that Rustic Dream just put his nose out when it counted. And
Rustic Dream is fast.
Rustic Dream home at 15 to 1. El Mansour running his best race in ages, 12 to 1. Helm, what computer ratings on the Chipping Norton Stakes. Pelaya rating 100, and yet she shows 630 on the Win Tote. Tie the Knot rates a 97, and his second pick, Pelaya, 380. Here's Terry Bailey.
Coming towards the bend, the leader is Forgotten Hero. Tie the Knot is still persevering for this inside run. Pelaya 3 out, Dodge 4 out, Darazari last but only 3 off them. Around the bend, Pelaya's moved up to Forgotten Hero, but Tie the Knot's got this great run the fence. Dodge to the outside, Darazari the deepest, but Di said go, and Tie the Knot in a matter of 3 strides shot away at the 200. He raced 2 lengths to Forgotten Hero, running the race of his life. Then Darazari, Dodge and Pelaya, but Tie the Knot confirms his Sydney Cup favouritism. Tie the Knot charges away and wins by 5 lengths. Forgotten Hero second. Pelaya maybe third from Darazari, but there's nothing in it. And Dodge was last of the 5. Well, they all want to get off the fence today. And Di has gone from last right up on the rail to win this race for the 3rd time in a row.
Sunline is on top ahead of Rose of War, Lady Elsie and St Clemens Bell. We've spoken with Greg Charles about St Clemens.
100 metre mark, they'll all bunch and stack up. Now I can see St Clement 1.
Racing in the CUNY, and Sunline away brilliantly on the inside from Lady Elsie, and Rosa War was out well. Visual leader at the 700 metres, and Sunline has had a beautiful run. Leads by half a length St Clemens Bell, a length and a half Rosa War on the outside of Lady Elsie when they corner, and then Visual Displays Aphrodite, and Lady Peridot is last of all when they swing. Sunline first around the home turn, about a neck St Clemens Bell. Charles hasn't called on the favourite yet. Now Oliver's peeled to the outside on Rosa War as they came to the 300 metres, and Sunline a length and a half in front. Charles looking a bit confident here. He now asks the big mare to go, and she leads by 2 lengths to Rosa War, and then St Clemens Bell, Lady Elsie. But it's Sunline in front with 100 metres to go. 2 lengths to Rosa War, trying hard, but Sunline is finding enough. And the champion filly back to her best form. Sunline beat Rosa War. 3 lengths away third, either Lady Elsie or St Clemens Bell. Not much yet. Although it didn't appear that they were going fast mid-race, she's run 1:34.5. So she must have sprinted home terrifically in the last half mile of the race. Second and is a deceptively good filly that she can run along when she looks to be doing it on the bit, and yet they're only a half second outside of the record here, which was set by Vo Rogue and Jolly Old Mac. 10 starts, 9 wins and a second, when she was obviously a little bit soft last time.
Line at 6-4 on second, Rose of War 9-4, every possible hope. I'm sure Richard will agree. And Lady Elsie was third, starting at 8-1.
I do agree, and I think Sunline is an outstanding filly. Her record says she is, and she will be very hard to beat at Moonee Valley, but I think she's beatable. Because I don't know that she's going to run the 2,000 metres as strongly as she runs out a mile. She just appears to me to be maybe more vulnerable at 2,000 metres. I know our filly, Rosa War, will run the 2,000 metres out absolutely. She'll people's horse.
At the Newmarket, let's have another look now. And the ratings for the 1999 Newmarket show Isker on top on 100 ahead of Dantalar, City Kid and City Kid. Bella Vista, long odds as is Little Lucifer, and Normal Practice, $33.
Weight, Graham, but he looked fantastic. So in a nutshell, I went 5 Bola Luxana from number 7 Iska, and number...
No wind, it's down there on the minimum, 50 kilos. And just listening to Peter Hayes earlier, I think it's been a bit of a lottery. It really is.
The earlier indication is anything to go by, then it's possible. Bomber Bill, and they're followed then by, back behind those horses is Della Vista down the outside from Normal Practice, Little Lucifer, Tauke, El Morado, one of the last with Declare, and Toledo leads on the grandstand side ahead of Bawalaksana, but at the 200 metres on the flats, well in front, it's Isker the leader. Isker in front of the Newmarket from Dantalar and Paint. There's 100 to go. Isker in front of Dantalar, Paint, and here comes El Morado with a big run. It's Isker in front. She's tied, but she'll hold on. Isker's won at the mighty filly scores from Dantalar. Normal Practice flew home, I think, grabbed third from El Morado, Della Vista. In behind those to finish then was Little Lucifer, followed by Paint, Scandinavia, Declare and Tauke. The was a super performance. She wasn't even going to run in the race. There were stories that she'd be freshened for the Galaxy rather than contest this gruelling straight race, but he's been able to, despite the fact she missed the start, despite the fact she'd run a high temperature for a lot longer than they wanted to, he's been able to get her to the post and win the Newmarket handicap. That's just...
It is. Dad's managed to win it, I think, 4 times, and David once, and so now I've completed the trifecta. It's been a trying time with this filly over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Last time.
Yeah, well, 1-7. What was the time? The Gold Ace holds a record of 1-7-5. Right. She ran 1-7-8, just outside it.
That's right.
I mean, that adds more merit to the fact that this afternoon she was up in weight. It just indicates just how good she is.
Yes, exactly.
Sprinting filly.
And just a Normal Practice, which ran third all the way from Goulburn. What a run it! Yeah, just tipping out El Morado for third at $8.50. So 7, 4 and 22.
But Iska, what a great horse she is, and she's won the big one now. Done a special. Who was the other famed mare from the Hay stable, Max?
Yes, obviously an outstanding filly. But Dantalar, though, she would have just about rewritten the record books had she won the Newmarket yesterday, and it would appear that she was a shade unlucky.
Yes, exactly. It was a 6 Newmarket success for Lindsay Park. And Iska, well, Peter Hayes said she went into the race with only 1 gallop. She was underdone. She led all the way.
And how good is she? How good is Iska?
I reckon she's pretty good. I reckon she's right up there with the best sprinting 3-year-olds we've seen for a while, and she probably...
Sunline and Iska, you've had a pretty good day.
Yeah, me pockets are going home pretty full tonight.
The wife and
Hill.
The ratings show 1 Passmore on 100, 4 High Rolling at 90, 3 Shogun Lodge 88.
Shogun Lodge, it'll be interesting to see where Di posies up on him. They're racing, very slow to go. Pioneer Road drop back after the start, away quickly, High Rolling, he'll go straight to the front. Passmore jumps smartly, Quick Star sitting up on the outside of Robin of Sherwood. They were followed by Shogun Lodge. He's in the centre a length away, getting back in them in. It's the Breeders' Plate winner. High Rolling in front. Passmore's looming up dangerously on the outside as they turn the bend. Quick Star 3 out. Shogun Lodge 2 lengths away from Robin of Sherwood in the straight, and Passmore quickly moved up on the outside and he hit the front. Quick Star's after him. York's had to go for the whip. Not a great deal there with Passmore, and High Rolling's coming again. High Rolling the inside from Passmore, and here's Shogun Lodge. He's letting down with a great run. Shogun Lodge wanted to duck in, but he hit the lead from High Rolling and Passmore. Shogun Lodge, brilliant, goes home, wins 2 lengths on the line. High Rolling second, Passmore third. They were followed by Quick Star, Robin of Sherwood. The fillies were home in a much slacker 35.40. They've sprinted home quickly in this, 34.11. So he's clearly broken 34 seconds for his last 600 metres, Shogun Lodge. That
6-4 favourite, Shogun Lodge, 5 and get home.
That's the way they've got to race to win a slipper, I believe. And I think it's taken till now, what are we, 3 weeks out from the slipper, before we've actually got a few horses that seem to be a cut above in the 2-year-old area. And that'd be Redoubt's Choice from Melbourne and Shogun Lodge in Sydney, and maybe Catbird if he wins the Black Opal today. So.
Sky ratings for you. It's Kidman's Cove, Shin Can See. It's Quick Flick at $5.40, Kidman's Cove at $2.50. Malugwa to Barb as we...
And they're set for the running of this year's Group 2 Canterbury Stakes. Only a field of 7. Heasley's off, 3 wide on Kidman's. He's going up quickly, Kidman's Cove, then Malagua and Mr. Victory around the bend. Quick Flick in front, wanting to swoosh the tail at the 400. He led by a neck on Hockney. Kidman's Cove coming after them, 3 out. 2 lengths away, Prowl, no run. Di bursting for a run, he comes to the outside, and Shin Can See chiming in. Kidman's Cove's hit the lead, and he's going as well as anything. He's raced to the front. Prowl's getting out from Quick Flick and Shin Can See, but the Iron Horse, the Iron Sprinter of New South Wales Racing, Kidman's Cove, is annihilating them. He goes home and wins 2.5 lengths to Prowl and Shin Can See. Quick Flick was next from Hockney, Mr. Victory, and Malagua right out of form last home. He's just too good. Just too good, Kidman's Cove. Well, John Size has performed miracles with this horse. He's always been a good galloper.
Beginnings, is it not? It's, Arena, Lawyer, Doyle and Arimathea. 1, 2, 6 and 40. Lawyer, El Duce 30. Arimathea at 18, 14 Final Fantasy, Doyle 11, 9.
Board for the running of this Canterbury Guineas for 1999, a race that really... Final Fantasy, El Duche's had a good run, the Kiwi on the fence, and Arena starting to track into the race, 3 deep. A length further away to Doyle, Christopherson, Able Master, Go Joy and Arimathea whip them in. On the bend in the Canterbury Guineas, endangers upsides now with Lawyer. Coming to the outside and running on well, then would have been Final Fantasy, and here's Arena starting to come down the centre. At the 250, Lawyer in front, Arena's drawn alongside of him. They're going to fight it out from Final Fantasy and Danger. It's on the inside, Lawyer, the outside, Arena. Arena gained the upper hand with 50 metres left to go. Lawyer's coming again. Cassidy and Di, Arena and Lawyer. Lawyer the inside, Arena does best and wins the Canterbury Guineas from Lawyer. Third might be El Duce from Final Fantasy, then Arimathea and...
2 lengths. Shane said, I'm out of here, I'm gone. He's in trouble, I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's the sort of rider he is. He makes a decision in a split second. It could have been a winning decision had we not got out of that trouble and got rolling again. But to Arena's credit and Larry's credit, they got balanced again and they won.
Larry Wright. And it does promise, as we said only a week ago, of a memorable AJC derby ahead of us.
It's all building, isn't it? And I think Larry Cassidy, along with Greg...
Black Opal support is Catbird. The punters are taking those short odds. Now, another look at this market for the ADT Security Black Opal Stakes. Quiver.
Catbird is still back. So can race down the side. There's a good turn of speed on, where the leader was one of the local gallopers, Chosen Valour, about 1.5 lengths in front of Luring Power in Motion is third. Now Catbird is gaining ground, followed by Yarrow Place down towards the inside. A further break as they race towards the turn. Blazing Jester, Labyrinth on the outside, Quivers well back with City Recruit, and Calais is a long last, but around the turn, 400 to go, and Chosen Valour clear. At the top of the straight, Chosen Valour's the leader. Down the outside, Catbird is being asked for his effort now, and the next one was Power in Motion. Motion, followed then by Loring. But here comes Catbird. Catbird has raced up at the 200. Catbird raced away. Battling on was Chosen Valor, followed by a Quiver running on fairly well. But inside the final 100, and the bird has flown. Catbird races away. It's all Catbird in the run of the line. Getting home late was a Quiver. He's down Catbird. Catbird has beaten a Quiver. City Recruit flashed up for third. In behind those Labyrinth, followed by Blazing Jester, Power in Motion.
The last 600 in 36.8, 110.79, 36.8. Unbelievable, the acceleration there. We're just waiting for Frank Cleary to come out of the room. He watched it.
Bird 270, a Quiver 210 City.
So a $250,000 bonus, and it could go to the connections of Dignity Dancer, and the story began at Moon.
So to the championship round, the $1 million Cadbury Guineas. Will Dignity Dancer be Australia's first Triple Crown winner?
With no luck and hard racing, he still looked excellent in the yard. Sky Heights is only about 85 to 90% fit. The horse that did take miles.
No change. Mosman with Di dictating his terms, nearly a length in front from Sky Heights, and Greenstone Charm is hanging badly on Childs. He's run out wide. Something's amiss with Greenstone Charm. Dignity Dancer quickly went up third from Leeson Delirious back on the inside. Turning for the run in, 500 to go. Mosman 3/4 in front of Sky Heights. A length further back than Dignity Dancer. Lease outside in, followed by Delirious. Now the pressure's on the Dancer. He's after Mosman at the 300-metre mark. Mosman a length in front. Dignity Dancer ranging up on the outside. Then Sky Heights and further back Lease. Mosman's a neck in front. Dignity Dancer's got on terms with him. They're going stride for stride. Dignity Dancer's got his head in front. There's a pot of gold for him at the end of the rainbow. Yes, he'll do it. He gets the Triple Crown. Dignity Dancer. 3/4 Mosman, a length away. Third Lease. Then Sky Heights, a gap Delirious. And completing the course, 20 lengths.
Well, Greenstone Charms run off. And 6 times he's come back to the number 1 position. $847,000 in stakes he had before today. Add to that $617,500 for the winner and $250,000 bonus. That is Keith Biggs, one of the Part 9. Now that is unbelievable time. The track is fast today. Johnny Letts said earlier in $1.50 and $1.20. Second Mosman, $1.70.
3-year-old at the moment. I think he's probably better than the fillies. And I really think he'll go to Sydney and prove that. And I reckon they're a strong bunch too. I'm not taking anything away from Arena or Lawyer or Mossman. I reckon they're the strongest bunch of 3-year-olds since the octagonal saintly year, and I reckon they can go on.
Because Spying is at big odds. Intergaze represents very good value at $9.70. Basile Bay $4.70. Summerbow $23. Istadad $5, and the favourite is Aerosmith at $4.30. Spying 17 at good each way. $1.25 million Australian Cup, and there is.
Stand, they're off and running. Summer Bay bounced quickly on the inside. Our Unicorn has begun okay today, and dropping back is Aerosmith with Sir Linford, and Basile Bay has pounced straight on the front. Was it front? Was it? Well, Basile Bay at Chiquita Lodge at the 1,200-metre mark. Cassidy's got his foot on the accelerator. He's out about 8 lengths in front now from Des to go. Given a breather. Basile Bay by 4.5 to 5 lengths. Second, the Message, a length further back. Then came on the inside Dance. They're followed by Istadad up fourth. Intergaze running fifth. Then Spying, Thackeray, Sir Linford further back. Summerbow. Aerosmith a mile back, turning for home. And last of all is our Unicorn. Basile Bay is first for home in the Cup. For the Pumper, he's out 3 lengths in front of Istadad and the Message. They're under a bit of pressure down the middle is Spying, followed by Thackeray. Summerbow and Intergaze back to the inside. Basile Bay is flat at the 300. Intergaze is off the fence, and Istadad wider out. And Thackeray is coming home well from Spying. Istadad, Intergaze get to the lead from Thackeray at the 150. Intergaze on the inside, and Istadad from Thackeray. Istadad and Intergaze stride for stride. Istadad got his head in front. Coming again, Intergaze, they hit it. Oh, Dead Heat couldn't separate them. Istadad and Intergaze. Dead Heat for mine. Third home is Thackeray. Then a gap in the race, Spying from Summerbow, our Unicorn. Aerosmith.
Racing home with Intergaze, Spying, and Thackeray is coming on the outside. They've got to Basile Bay. Istadad and Intergaze race to the lead together from Thackeray on the outside. It's Intergaze and Istadad from Thackeray. Istadad and Intergaze fighting it out head and head. Istadad is going home the better. Put his nose in front. They hit the line. It's close between Istadad and Intergaze. Maybe Istadad with Thackeray third.
To a neck in front there. Istadad closes on the outside, and there's the result of the photo. Number 4, Istadad has got it narrowly from Intergaze. Third placing. So Istadad, as Alf Matthews pointed out, will come up in dividends. $5.60 and $2 for Istadad. Intergaze $2.60.
Back on top, on 100 ahead of Dangerous, Downing Street, Mr. Granada, and it's clearly the top-rated Testarossa, showing $2.50 on Super Tab, $3.20 Dangerous.
The Carnival of Champions winds down in Melbourne. It's the VRC Size Produce Stakes. Mr. Blackfriars. Card Queen came round the turn in the size, a length and a half on Testarossa. Casa had a look across his shoulder as he sends the favourite to the lead now. Downing Street into the clear, and Dangerous is coming home fairly well at the 300, and Testarossa raced away. He put 2 lengths on them very quickly. Downing Street going into second placing from Dangerous at the 200 though, and it's all Testarossa. He's 4 lengths in front of Dangerous, and Downing Street battling the last bit, but Testarossa's racing away. The size is all his, and Testarossa wins it brilliantly from Dangerous. Photo third, either Downing Street or Mr. Granada. Not much between them in front of Blackfriars.
He gets. I think so, Simon. As I said, we'll send him for the Caulfield Guineas in the spring, and maybe a race like the Vic Health Cup might suit him too, because 3-year-olds have a good record in it, and you know we might even look at that.
Here's Tie the Knot, and we hope to be talking to Guy Walter in just a few moments' time. $1.20 Tie the Knot, Dodge $11, Darazari 11, Bluebird.
John the fence and still Tie the Knot last. No change to the order coming up to the 850. And the front runner is Nahayan. Big, bold, striding filly led by 3/4 of a length on Enjoyment. Boss is looking to come away from the fence on Darazari. Dies coming around them quickly now. Tie the Knot 3 wide, starting to go right around the outside. They were followed by Bluebird, the Word, and Dodgers last of all as they near the bend at the 450. Nahayan in front. Darazari the inside, and Tie the Knot starting to come up. The red-hot favourites issuing the challenge. They were followed by Enjoyment, then Dodge and Bluebird, the Word. At the 300 metres mark, Nahayan in front, not for long. Tie the Knot's loomed up on the outside, and he's hit the lead. Darazari's coming through in the centre. Dies confident, his hands and heels. He's yet to go for the Persuader at the 150. Now he draws the stick. Tie the Knot in front. Nahayan's coming again, and Darazari the centre. Tie the Knot in front. Darazari's lunging. Tie the Knot hangs on. Yes, I think. But boy, it's tight. Tie the Knot, Darazari's lunge right on the line, and there's nothing between them. Absolute thriller to the Ranvet. Nahayan's runner to rhythm them. I thought Tie the Knot might have fallen in, but it's tight, and he has. Number 1. Tie the Knot has got there. Anyone that's taken the 3s on, the Resuscitator is on its way.
In the last 100, but I thought he'd won, honestly, when he went past the line. I thought he just got his head down in time. But
little optical illusion, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, next time, he's still not quite at his peak there.
Righto, Graham. Now, right at this stage, there's plenty of room. Well, not plenty of room, but there's a horse and a fraction, I'd say, for Darazari. That gap is narrowing now after they turn for home, as Di tries to hold Boss in behind the leader, Nahayan. He was probably reasonably close to being legitimate at that stage, but I think the most important facet is approaching now. Now, watch Tie the Knot on the outside. He is definitely coming in. The gap between Tie the Knot on Nahayan narrowed noticeably. Di pulled him away. Graham, that...
Tie the Knot takes Darazari in onto the heels, or places him awkwardly on the heels of Nahayan, and he races in that position without clear running, to which we say he was entitled, until near the 100 metres. And when he does get clear, he takes ground quickly off the Tie the Knot. And it is our decision, the protest, for those reasons, be upheld. And the placements now will read Darazari first, Tie the Knot second.
Well, let's take you back to our... How you got it?
Well, like I said, Johnny, before I went in, that's Group 1 racing, and, you know, I don't like getting it this way, but I think he had his head in front, you know, just after the line anyway, and it's...
More classic. The winner on protest, Glen Boss, 832.50, Tie the Knot, $1.04, and Nahayan.
Group 1 protest upheld in Sydney since Dulcify and Double Century in the Derby 20 years ago.
It's a long time, and a 3's on pop as well. Max, you were there, present, saw everything that went on. The right decision?
Yes, I believe it was the right decision, Bruce.
But just looking at that, that's the first time I've seen the head-on shot, and I think the stewards probably made the right decision there. There seemed to be enough balking all the way down the straight. You don't have...
Yeah, I think, you know, I think, you know, when he did go, went really quick, because Tie the Knot can sprint quick. I think if he'd got outside and then just sat and held up for a while, the other horse would have had to come to the outside, and I'm sure Tie the Knot would have beat him.
Now, Black Glamour goes forward.
There's Erin Bank as they work down to the 450 now. Nina Haraka got a dream run through on the inside when the leader wobbled off the rail, Mr. Travolta, and Nina went through to hit the front. She got a length in front of Mr. Travolta. Down the outside now running on Dantiara. Dangerous Reef is also making good headway, and so is Raja Jazz. But look at Nina go. She's opened up in the last 150. Oh, this is not going to be a win. It's going to be a slaughter. Nina Haraka by 4.5 to 5. Raja Jazz second. Third, Rasbrightia or Erin Bank with over on the inside Dangerous Reef, Manetti, Suss. She's put panels on them.
Right. Nina Haraka, the winner. Simon Price, $1.09. Favourite. Grand Archway is $3.40. 180 Sunline. Rosa War, 5 from $1 million. Group 3, the 3-year-old fillies.
They're just adjusting the saddle behind off their legs. Rosa War.
Palace and Champagne scored a wonderful dead heat last year. A race with a short history, but it's growing in stature. And a super field is set to go and on their way now. And Sunline began brilliantly in the middle of the line. Ahead of Rosa War and Grand Archway dropping in early. Isles Away Fast is going into second early. Leader at the 800 metres now, and the champion New Zealand filly. Sunline comes down the side, 2 lengths to Isles. She hasn't had any pressure put on her yet. Now they quicken the tempo because Grand Archway and also My Jasper are starting quick runs at the school now. And Sunline's by 3/4 to Grand Archway. Can she stick on? In third placing then is My Jasper from Rosa War. But Child slipped the favourite a little leather. And Sunline is going to scoot 2 lengths in front around the home turn. Grand Archway is trying hard, but it's on heart alone at this stage. Rosa War is a well-back third, but it's all Sunline. The super filly from New Zealand's put 5 lengths on them. Childs has stolen it. Sunline's a champion, and Sunline cruises down to win the Lone Star Oaks by about 4 or 5 lengths. Grand Archway's run a mighty second. Isles has got third ahead of Rosa War. And then there's a long break to the remaining trio, St Clemens, Bell, Pukahina and My Jasper. She's a star. Takes her prize money beyond the $1 million now. A race that keeps growing in stature. It's only Group 3. It's deserving of far better than that. And
But I've saved the best for second here. You and Sunline. She was the star of the day.
Yeah, I think the best filly that I've seen since Surround. 11 starts, 10 wins, and she absolutely donkey-licked a couple of pretty smart rivals yesterday.
Look, she dominated. We can only think Doncaster and Cox Plates with this one. Doncaster, Max.
Yes, I think she'll find the Doncaster a much more difficult race. She was allowed to dictate her own terms yesterday, and
I've got to eat humble pie. No doubt Simon will shove a bit down my throat this morning.
I'm not singing for me supper in Burke Street. She won like a good thing. And
she did.
Yeah, she just treated him with disrespect and run the 2,000 out quite brilliantly.
Is everyone all right up there? I think she's just about I know she's the best 3-year-old filly. I think she's probably the best 3-year-old, and she may be the best horse in the country.
Wow, that is a big statement.
I agree, Richard.
I don't think
No.
Is she a Cox Plate horse?
Oh, probably, yeah. I think she is a Cox Plate horse.
Stick your neck out and sing for your supper. Could she win a Cox Plate?
If she's going this well in the springtime, she can win a Cox Plate.
Thank you.
100, Colin 93, high rolling on 90, and the Quiver 90 cents. 810 high rolling, Quick Star $34, 57. Bethia at
Shogun Lodge is the only one they want. There is an avalanche of money for him on the tote at $1.60. He's moving in place. Gates are back. Crosses stood there, missed it. Shogun Lodge dawdled out of the gate. He's last. Shogun Lodge is last on settling down, and high rolling won the start. Cullen away quickly. Just Imagine inside of a Quiver, 2 lengths to Shogun Lodge. He's going forward, Marshall, 3 deep, 6 off the lead, but closing rapidly. 2 or 3 lengths to Quick Star and Cross on the fence. Last of all, high rolling turns the bend in front of De There. Shogun Lodge has gone that quickly. He's gone from 4th last to 2nd and is about to pounce on the leaders. They were followed by Cullen, Die to the outside. A Quiver, the deepest runner from Just Imagine. Shogun Lodge given his head at the 200 metres mark. He's turned him loose, Marshall. He wanted to duck back in front of high rolling. High rolling was hit and stopped in his tracks virtually, but Shogun Lodge at the 100 burst well clear. High rolling coming again. Cullen on the outside, but Shogun Lodge too good. Wins by over 2 lengths to high rolling. Third Cullen, then Quick Star, a Quiver. They were followed by Just Imagine. Further back to Cross. Well out of its ground to there and beats worst. Trained by Bob Thompson. Ridden by John Marshall. The big question, I suppose, now is whether John Marshall retains the ride aboard Shogun Lodge, Graham, as he returns after a very exciting...
Our apologies, we did have an...
Richard, what do you think of Shogun Lodge?
Well, I thought he was my one for the slipper. I think I'm still going to tip him in the slipper, but just was a bit concerned about the way he hung in the straight there.
4 and 5. Different story on the tape though. Dignity Dancer's $1.20, Arena's at $4. Then Sky Heights 17.
Dignity Dancer versus Arena, but you wouldn't think it was a clash because all of the support, all of the money is there for Dignity Dancer. Here's the Daily Telegraph, Rosehill Guineas. Gates are back and they're racing. Dignity Dancer was a shade slow to go. He's a clear last on settling. Sky Heights on the inside won the start. Away quickly was leaders out in the Rosehill Guineas. The leader is Ernest. Sky Heights about to attack and Larry Cassidy's off 3 wide on Arena. Here comes Dignity Dancer. He's 4 deep and travelling. Able mastered the fence. Then came Infatuated and Peppermint last of all. In the straight, Sky Heights the Victorian went to the front. Arena's under pressure chasing and Dignity Dancer is about to unleash a great run. They've come clear to fight it out from the Kiwi Able Master. Arena's hit the lead. Dignity Dancer's after him. Sky Heights comes again. It's the Cassidy boys and on the inside Glen Boss with Sky Heights. Dignity Dancer's hit the lead. Sky Heights is coming again. Sky Heights in front. Dignity Dancer lunges, missed him. Sky Heights a nose. Sky Heights a nose on the line to Dignity Dancer and Glen Boss stands high in the irons to salute the crowd. Third Arena in a great Guineas. They were followed by Able Master. Then for Dignity Dancer on the outside, a 3-horse war. Sky Heights and Dignity Dancer go to the line together. Oh!
Keith,
it was just fantastic.
Yeah, you wonder if
the 850 White Chip Star admired $11.
100 metres in 34.55. That's Oakley Plate time. And when the Triple Crown winner and the Victoria Derby winner were swallowing him up, he spat them out.
The points I'd like to make here, Keith, are that the Rosehill Guineas yesterday was run in the slowest time overall than it has been since they've brought in the new track. That's a very, very dawdling pace, which enables Sky. Dignity Dancer, I would say, has run the fastest 600 metres of the day. Dignity Dancer lost nothing there, but the major point will improve, but don't wipe Dignity Dancer just yet.
We gave him a decent spell after the Victorian Derby, and he's come back and he's paying his dues now. He's come out and racing good.
All roads lead to the AJC Derby. What a match race it's going to be again.
Yeah, I think, look, if they couldn't beat me today, I think they're going to have to be flat next time. We probably...
Fantastic race in the Rosehill Guineas. A surprise result. Sky Heights, we'd almost forgotten about him, hadn't we?
Yes, well, Sky Heights just showed where Melbourne is in the racing calendar, a warm-up ground for Sydney, because Sky Heights certainly yesterday showed that he's a top-class 3-year-old.
Yeah, you wonder if Dignity Dancer, that he had hard runs in Melbourne. The last one was the easiest. The first 2 were tough.
Yes, so to make here, Keith, are that the Rosehill Guineas yesterday was run in the slowest time overall than it has been since they've brought in the new track. That's a very, very dawdling pace, which enables Sky Heights to run a very good final 600 metres, as you pointed out. But Dignity Dancer, I would say, has run the fastest 600 metres of the day. Dignity Dancer lost nothing there, but the major point in favour of Sky Heights is that he would have blown a shed down after the race. He will improve, but don't wipe Dignity Dancer just yet.
It's Dracula on top ahead of Kidman's Cove, Kiwi Hero and Mod 40. Now 7:30 actually. Kidman's Cove 560, 20 Iron Horse, Almansur 19, 11 Rustic Dream, Referral 11, Rebel 13, 470 and Dracula $3.10.
They're on the tote, $3.80 Dracula. One of the 3-year-olds.
Lengths away from Al Mansur at the 700. Can he keep going? He led by 2 lengths on Kiwi Hero. 2.5 to Kidman's Cove, and he is travelling beautifully. About 3.5 to Winehorse. 2 lengths to Mossman going forward, but 7 or 8 off the lead. 2 lengths Referral. Dracula is a mile back with Rustic Dream, Juggler, and last of all is Rebel. Around the bend, Al Mansur in front. Kiwi Heroes after him. Kidman's Cove is reeling them in quickly. 3 lengths away, Mossman running on from Iron Horse, Dracula and Referral. At the 250, Kiwi Heroes hit the lead. Kidman's Cove's having a battle to get to him. Al Mansur the fence and Referral and Mossman are starting to run on from Juggler. They're coming from everywhere. It's Referral on the outside with Mossman getting to Kiwi Hero and the old boy Juggler lunging out wide. Juggler coming to Referral. No. Referral wins from either Juggler, Rustic Dream and or Mossman. Not far away, Kiwi Hero, then came Rebel. Kidman's...
He won the Villiers, and then you gave him only 2 weeks off.
That's right.
You had to get him back to have him ready for the Doncaster. You must have been thinking all along, Struth, I hope I've given him a long enough break.
Well, yeah, I have. You know, I thought it was going to be hard for him, but he's a great horse. He's a tough horse, and he just keeps putting in.
Now, trifecta, $489.
He ran a huge race. He found the line really, really strong. Honestly, I think you've just seen the Doncaster winner for this year.
So he's found the line like a decent Doncaster hope.
Well, mate, he had 58 today, and in the Doncaster he's got 52.5, so, you know, I feel like a featherweight on his back.
Now, if Sunline's to come undone in the Doncaster, it might be the horse that won the George Ryder. This is a really top-class miler, I think. Huge, Keith.
Now, unlike the Rosehill Guineas, this was run at a breakneck tempo, which certainly suited the back markers, but this was what I think an outstanding Doncaster trial. Note the horse on the outside, the mighty Juggler. What a courageous war horse he is.
Coming at him, Referral, Mossman and Juggler. Referral hits the front close to home. Referral beat Juggler.
He did hit the line well, didn't he? There's no question about that.
Successful, both of them. So. Yeah. Is your mother, would she talk to me if I ever ran into her, do you think?
I think so.
I did a terrible thing to your mother once.
I was wondering what you're going to say.
She had a horse called...
Rita.
Rita. Belated apologies. I'm very, very sorry.
How many years ago?
I was worried when Tappy was starting to come forth there that he was going to put his hand on Steve's shoulder and say, "G'day, son."
He's not much younger than me.
I got to tell you, I was starting to worry too.
Oh, they think strangely, these Victorians. Strange, Mike.
The future of champion Australian racehorse Might and Power is in doubt after the Melbourne Cup winner suffered a tendon injury at track work in Sydney this morning. Might and Power will miss the rest of the season and may never race again.
Nick Moratis' emotion.
You don't really know till you own an animal.
The champion of Australia's turf injured a tendon at training this morning. His owner is saddened on. While the gallop is off, the champ will still be paraded in front of his legion of fans. Will he race again?
Oh, that's you know, I sincerely hope he can. It's a question.
Race of the day, the Group 1 Mercedes Classic for you. Very, very... This was formerly the Tancred. Tie the Knot top rater ahead of Arena, Istedad, Darazari. 5, 9, 2, 1. The market. And it's Darazari at 11,890 for Istedad. Intergaze 570. Markham Scratch. Tie the Knot $2.70.
Darazari and Tie the Knot continues on here in the Mercedes Classic, the $1 million Group 1 feature. And Arena, Cassidy is riding him very, very patiently. He's back last of all and no more than 6 lengths away from Istedad at the 800. Istedad in charge, led by a long neck on Darazari. A length away, our Unicorn will Tie the Knot. He's poised to pounce. Dye's got him in a great spot. He's about to manoeuvre out and start his run 3 wide. 2 lengths away, Carl Pira, Intergaze on the back of Tie the Knot going forward. Arena's following Intergaze and Pipe the Fence last of all. Istedad turns first in the Mercedes, but Darazari's collared him. Tie the Knot 3 out. Intergaze 4 out. Arena to the extreme outside. And further back is our Unicorn. Darazari, Tie the Knot have raced up on the outside. They've hit the lead. Intergaze after him, and here's the 3-year-old Arena. Tie the Knot in front. Dye's riding supremely confident. He's hands and heels. Intergaze under the back coming after him. Tie the Knot in front responds. He's too good. He's back with a big win. Tie the Knot goes home and wins the Mercedes from Intergaze. Arena petered on his run the last 50. He was third. They were followed by Istedad, our Unicorn, Darazari, Carl Pira, and Pipe last home. Charles going for home on Istedad. It got away from Darazari, our Unicorn, into the clear, and look at Tie the Knot joining in with Intergaze. And Arena down the outside. Tie the Knot hits the front. 170 to go. Tie the Knot a half length Intergaze. A length Arena. Tie the Knot is pulling out 20. The big chestnut is home today. No worries. Too good. Simply too good. Tie the Knot, Shane Dye. The Knot, Shane Dye at 33.43. And that
effective $44. They're approximately will have official.
Ladies Classic, Tie the Knot won his 6th Group 1 race, which is the same number as Might and Power. The quality maybe not there. I mean, Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup, you should get 2 for those. But I think yesterday what he did show, Max, is that he is a very, very good racehorse and probably our top weight for age horse at the moment.
Oh, I think he's our top weight for age horse, a very good stayer. Good race.
Last word is that Tie the Knot will be the 4th horse in history to win back-to-back Sydney Cups.
Yeah, he looks...
Somebody posed the question to Shane Dye yesterday, is Tie the Knot a champion? What do you think?
Well, you know, Champion, you know, you're looking at like Octagonal, Kingston Towns, Far Laps. I don't say that he's a champion, but I say that he's got the makings of a champion. I think Shane made a very wise comment when he said, "I'll wait till the Sydney Cup." You know, he did win a Sydney Cup on a low handicap. Whether he can do it with a high handicap, I think it was a wise comment. Thing about him, he keeps running fast sectionals every race.
Oh, incredible!
Every race he goes around in, he'll run 33.2. He's a very, very good horse.
33.43, the fastest last 600 of the day. You know, he broke 47 the last 800 in the Melbourne Cup last year.
Very good horse.
He is an amazing horse.
Redoubt's choice is over his shin soreness and has been given the all-clear for tomorrow's big race at Rose Hill.
He was ordered by stewards to check the fitness of Redoubt's choice before he could take his place in the world's richest two-year-old race.
There's been a concern that the horse might be shin sore.
All Star is expected to start the shortest price favourite in almost a decade.
I haven't had a lot of luck with favourites in big races. They always seem to get beaten, but...
Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you note there is an important late scratching from the Golden Slipper.
Oh.
Number 1, the favourite is out. Redoubt's choice.
Well.
Number 1 is out. Redoubt's choice has an elevated temperature. The scratching time.
Strong.
The horse has got a temperature. It's actually quite an actual a raging temperature, and we're not quite sure what's caused it. I don't think he's been nobbled. We've had a guard on him all the time, but you know, it's quite high, and we've got to get him to a hospital right straight away.
Did you?
1999. Here we go with that, with Redoubt's choice, the scratching, number 1, and the ratings: Align, Catbird, Fapiano, ahead of Shogun Lodge number 2 on 98. 440 Shogun Lodge, Align 12, 410 Catbird, Passmore 47, Martree 22, and that is Fapiano's Son 10, High Rolling 11, Quick Star 61.
Catbird at $5.20. It would be a very popular victory. And the filly Countess Christie has of this. Shogun Lodge has been backed off the map in the slipper. Lights are on. Crowd lets out a roar and they're racing in the slipper. Boulevard jump quickly. Cullen out fast. Parting Jester Align. High Rolling and Fabiano's Son began quickly, and Catbird's going up into that group. 2 lengths away now is Easy Rocking. Dangerous Countess Christie. Passmore wide going around his stablemate Martree. Majestically no speed. Shogun Lodge's last 3 deep outside Quick Star. He's in bother on Martree. He's gone back to second last. Down the side of the 800 metres, Markin, Parting Jester on the paint, led from the South Australian colt, Fabiano's Son. Quinn's off on a line, he moves around them, Cullen was next. They were followed by Catbird, Countess Christie picking up ground. Oh, in trouble, High Rolling, he's dropped right back through the field as Dangerous improves, coming to the bend. Easy Rocking's very wide and he's moving up from Passmore, Martree, Shogun Lodge. Then came Majestically Boulevard and Quick Star in the straight in the Golden Slipper. And out wide on the track, Easy Rocking's moved up and hit the lead from a line, Fabiano's Son. Parting Jester on the fence. Catbird letting out with a run. Countess Christie was next, and Shogun Lodge and Martree from well back. They're across the track at the 150. A line in front of Fabiano's Son. Dangerous can't get a run. Here comes Catbird. He's rocketing down the outside. He's moved up to a line. Catbird hit the lead and he wins the slipper from a line. Third a blanket go. Dangerous no luck and Martree flying from Shogun Lodge. They were followed by Cullen, Fabiano's Son, Majestically, Countess Christie, Quick Star. Then came Bull. Liners joining in, and so too is Easy Rocking. Cullen looking for the way through. Then comes Catbird, Countess Christie, and Shogun Lodge is coming right down the outside. A line hits the front from Fabiano's Son. And then comes Catbird. He's coming quickly. A line the leader. Catbird's got him, and Catbird wins the slipper from a line.
Big Justice, you've been dirty for 7 years that Clan O'Sullivan was attacked by other runners all the way in his Golden Slipper before being run down and beaten. Different story today. You had the swoop.
We had the swoop, Tappy, and we said that in the interview the other day, and geez, I've lost my voice now, mate. I'll be about midnight tonight.
I can't imagine.
Slipper. Catbird, $5.30 and $2. These are official. Align, $3.10. Shogun Lodge, $1.80. The Queen.
And the major aspect about the pressure yesterday came from a lot of inexperienced horses not knowing what to do. It wasn't jockey desperation, it was just the greenness of the horses, the owner. But I don't think this will go down in the annals of the all-time great as a slipper, and I do think that Redoubt's choice, well, just going on the form and how some of those horses finished so close, the horses like Dangerous, he would have won the race 3/4 right.
Is he in trouble, Reduce?
Well, he's down with travel sickness. Veterinary opinion told me yesterday, well, 3 or 4 vets, that 25% of horses that get travel sickness die. So it's not a good situation.
No, what a day it was.
I don't understand what this travel sickness means. It is in actual fact a pleuropneumonia. That's how serious it is.
Well, Saintly got it when he went to Japan.
Same thing.
Same thing. He was nearly dead. He was nearly dead. He was nearly dead, the horse, in Japan. Now, you know, he did come back and he did win the CF4 Stakes, you know, in the early autumn. But I really don't think that he was the same sort of horse after it.
13. This is the Port Adelaide Guineas. 21. Quinoa 80. Very short for Nina Haraka. $1.30. $11 Rasprite.
As they come around storm, there's nearly a run for Nina Haraka. She shoulders Quinoa, the roughie, out of the way, and she's got the gap, and she said go. Nina Haraka with Suss the outside. They level out at the 200-metre mark, but Nina quickly with this wonderful turn of foot she's got, she's dashed away from them, Nina Haraka, and she'll go straight into the area. The Lakeland Area Stakes, and then possibly the Double Oaks after that. She's one ease down, strangled on the line by 5 or nearly that much. Second Raspritia Suss, followed then by Southern Way, Dangerous Reef.
Diamond Price, Nina Haraka $1.50 and $1, Raspritia $1.60, and Suss. Wajib Star 1 from 5, 4 and 2. Weights right at Randwick, correct weight. It's Jangling Jack $3.68.50, Wajib Star. Admired $11, $4.70 My Jasper. Erin Bank 13.
Position, and we'll have them right. And attendant in with General Feelgood. Then Our Choice, a long way back, Our Position, and Wajib Star, hard-ridden. My Jasper next to last again, and Schmuter last of all. General Feelgood, the leader. Jangling Jack is under the whip second. Admired just behind them. Our Position coming right around the outside with Centoy. My Jasper's got onto Our Position's back for a cart home. Erin Bank flattened in the straight. Jangling Jack after the leader, General Feelgood. Here's Century Drive, and now My Jasper. My Jasper's joined in and sprinted away in the fillies home at the 200. Race 2 or 3 to Our Position. Century Drive, Dover Street, but it's all My Jasper. Way too good. Back to her very best today. And My Jasper's canted in, come from last to thrash Our Position. Century Drive third, and then Dover Street in the straight. Jangling Jack after the leader, General Feelgood. Here's Century Drive, and now My Jasper. My Jasper's joined in and sprinted away in the fillies home at the 200. Race 2 or 3 to Our Position. Century Drive, Dover Street, but it's all My Jasper. Way too good. Back to her very best today. And My Jasper's canted in, come from last to thrash Our Position. Century Drive third, and then Dover Street, Wajib.
Randwick. And My Jasper $3.60, $1.80. Our Position, Forestry Drive, $15.50. They are official with correct weight. Unfortunately, we can't. One of the feature events of the day here at Randwick. And as I said, runners are just coming into the mounting yard. And we'll have a look at the Sky ratings. Dignity Dancer, the top. Dignity Dancer, the top rater, ahead of Arena, Grand Archway, Sky Heights. 1, clearly ahead of numbers 2 and 7, and Sky Heights, the 4th elect. Here's the tote call. Dignity Dancer, $2.50, $3.40 Arena, $5.10 Sky Heights, Lawyer $7.9.
Between Dignity Dancer, Arena, Sky Heights, Lawyer, and now we've thrown in the filly Grand Archway. Last of all, 700 metres out, Sky Heights in front. He dominates from the front here, boss. Sky Heights a half on Dignity Dancer, starting to close the margin. Grand Archway's moved up 3 out. Lawyer back to the fence, needing a run. Arena's on a limb, chasing. They'll make it a sprint home. Then came Able Master El Douche as they wheeled the bend. Around the corner in the Derby, Sky Heights at the foot of the rise, led for home. Straightened up by a half length on Dignity Dancer. Cassidy riding confidently, so too Boss on the leader. 2 lengths away, Grand Archway, Arena, and Lawyer's going back to the inside at the 200 metres mark. Sky Heights in front. Dignity Dancer can't get to him. Arena starting to range up. He's looking for the big Derby's double. Arena moved up to Sky Heights. Dignity Dancer and Grand Archway. Sky Heights repels the challenge. Great effort in front, and he leads all the way to win the Derby. Sky Heights by a length on the line to Arena. Photo third, Grand Archway or Dignity Dancer. Then Able Master, Lawyer well back, and El Douche the...
But Sky Heights doing it well, down to the 250, a length and a half here. Arena putting in the long ones on the outside, and then Dignity Dancer. Sky Heights still in front. Arena and Dignity Dancer plugging home well. It's still Sky Heights in front. Arena won't get there, and Sky Heights all the way in the Derby.
210 Arena, Grand Archway, no third. Quinella and Trifecta dividends are there.
I think he's an outstanding 3-year-old. I think he could well be the best 3-year-old of the season. Certainly the tempo of the race again suited the front runner, but he will improve. Arena ran a great race. The fractions, the sections were against him. He just couldn't give that the other colt such a long start when he'd gone so easy throughout the race. But full marks to Sky Heights. I think he'll get better, and I think he'll be a worthy rider.
As a prime candidate for the Cups in the spring, how do you see Sky Heights shaping up as a Cups candidate?
I reckon he's the ideal type. I reckon, you know, he sits on the pace, he gets himself in a good position. You don't want to be particularly...
$2.70. Referral is the top rate ahead of Sunline, Rustic. And it's Catalan opening at 18, $9.20 for Juggler. Dodge, 43. Iron Horse Cage then to the Banana Anthems at 42. 14, Mossman. Referral, $8.50. $2.70 for Sunline.
Become the 4th 3-year-old filly Wayne Harris in 21 years to win this race. Now, I've no doubt she's better than Skating, better than Magic Flute, maybe not as good as Emancipation just yet.
Well, no today, but...
Ready to jump and they're racing. Iron Horse Slay to go with Rustic Dream, Mr. Innocent Adam, and Sunline came out of the gates quickly. Foxwood going forward over Mossman. Al Mansour coming across from Pelaya, not far out of the field. Sunline found the paint at the 1,000 metres mark and went to the front. The champion New Zealand filly cruising along by 1 length on Al Mansour. On the fence, old Galloper Juggler. Last year's winner Catalan opening, then Morphy, Bonanova, and Anthems last of all. Sunline cruises along 600 metres out of the Doncaster. She leads coming around the bend from Al Mansour. Pelaya wide on the track from Foxwood. Adams had a good run on the paint. Mr. Innocent follows him. Least to the outside from Iron Horse, J Tights, Mossman, and they were followed by Dodge to the extreme outside with Juggler. Sunline, Cassidy hasn't flinched on the champion New Zealand filly. He gave her a bit more leather, and with a breathtaking turn of foot at the 200, she raced away. Lease on the outside, running on. Then Al Mansour, Adam Juggler down the outside. Sunline in front, running on as Lease with Juggler, but she's everything we thought she was, Sunline. She's a champion filly. She goes home and wins the Doncaster. Second is Lease, third Juggler from Rustic Dream, Bonanova. They were followed next of all by Dracula.
It's Sunline, one of the shortest price favourites in a Doncaster for many years. Around the corner comes the top-notch New Zealand filly. She's 3/4 Al Mansour out on the inside. Then Foxwood followed by Lease, and Mr. Innocent heads the others. But Larry Cassidy pops Sunline into overdrive, and away she goes. 150 out. Sunline, 3 lengths clear. Lease in second spot. Old Juggler flying home. But it's Sunline, simply supreme. Sunline beat Lease and Juggler, followed by Adam Iron Horse Rustic.
One of the best fillies people will probably ever see for a while. She's a fantastic filly, and really is a shame that she ever got beaten. She jumped out. You said it, Simon. She's a machine.
Yeah, Larry. I mean, you don't ride too many better horses than this. You got to rate her one of the best.
I would say she's probably the best horse I've ridden, that's for sure.
There we go. Plenty out.
This amazing filly, Sunline, $2.30 and $1.60 on the tote. 5-9-year-old
filly. A couple of weeks ago I said that she's the best since Surround. I want to retract that now because she is the best I've seen. Look at her take...
Filly traces on her pedigree to Far Lap.
Yes, she does. Obviously, it's a fair way back, but yes, she's got a direct link there to Far Lap.
Gee, that's...
Just watching the concluding stages here.
She's a champion. Excuse my speech, but she's an absolute champion. It's a shame she ever got beaten. It really is.
The Cathay Pacific Airways.
But she's not the greatest yet, and I think this is the point. She's being allowed to canter in front. She's bustling, she's squeezing them up. She's an outstanding filly, but coming out of the Doncaster, I don't think she's quite as good as Emancipation yet.
Gee. Well, you've got a huge argument here if she's not as good as Emancipation. It's difficult, different eras.
She could be. No, not on that performance.
Oh.
Now, for a start, Bruce, she's an outstanding filly. She might even be the greatest, but as it stands now, that's where she is. She ain't the greatest yet.
We were watching 2 races then, Max. One with the horses you named contesting it, and the other Sunline out by herself. She strolled in. She could do all those things because she can. She's got the ability. She's the best. She's better than Emancipation.
What about good she...
There's a lot of confidence about it yesterday too. 7-4, 10-9, the shortest price
favourite for a long time, isn't it?
The bookmakers just couldn't believe the avalanche of money that came for Sunline in a race of this level. It was quite amazing.
That Grand Archway won the Oaks. Very good filly. Very, very good filly. What a season she's had. She won the Victoria Oaks, she wins the AJC Oaks, and she's been able to beat older horses at 1,200 and 1,400 at Group 1. She was the one they wanted in the ring?
Yes, and why not? Because of her excellent run in the Derby only a week ago.
And here's Grand Archway. She's putting in the big strides on the outside. It's Camarina in front for the 200 from Zarzaville, Grand Archway, and then Lady Elsie and Lightwork wide her out. Di gets desperate on the big filly, Grand Archway, but she hits the front, and Grand Archway, oh, isn't she good? Lightwork won't get her, and then Camarina, but Grand Archway.
This was Group 1 number...
Yes, and why not? Because of her excellent run in the Derby only a week ago. But this is Shane Dye coming on the outside. Again, another very confident, a very professional, a very poised ride.
Couldn't agree more, Max.
Lightwork wider out. Dye gets desperate on the big filly, Grand Archway, but she hits the front, and Grand Archway, oh, isn't she good? Lightwork won't get her, and then Camarina, but Grand Archway.
Bruce, you know why she's
great
good?
Winner of the
Because she's so tough. She come back from a serious mishap in Melbourne. She raced against the Colts and Geldings in the Derby, and she showed yesterday she is still one hell of a filly.
As Keith talked about.
Understandably gun-shy after the battering they had taken at the hands of Sunline and the Doncaster Handicap. 7 days later, punters stepped in with a strong show of financial support for Intergaze, coming back from 2,400 metres of the Mercedes Classic to the 1,600 metres of the All-Age Stakes. The official fluctuations were 6-1 into 7-2.
Wider out El Mansour, a length, a huge demand, followed closely by Intergaze and Adam, both putting in their run simultaneously to the 200 they go, and Intergaze and Adam race to the lead from El Mansour. Kiwi Hero and Bonanova coming down the outside. Intergaze hits the front, Bonanova in hot pursuit. Intergaze still the leader, Bonanova won't get to Intergaze. He shifted out a bit, Intergaze, but he's back with a vengeance.
3 consecutive seconds, St George Stakes, the Australian Cup and the Mercedes Classic. He was coming back from 1,200 to 1,600. This is the horse 2 years ago who ruined Octagonal's final party. He beat him in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. It's a really strong, gutsy win. This is a good racehorse, Max. Probably, he's actually a class below Tie the Knot. He's in the B+ class, I'd put this one.
Not a bad B+ horse, though, Bruce, and you can see the tenacity of this horse. He's a true weight for age performer, and I just wonder whether the 3-year-olds next Saturday in the Queen Elizabeth, Sky High and Sunline, whether they've got a lot on this bloke, particularly if they get out in front and cut at each other and give him the last shot at him, because he's game, he's gutsy, and he'll run out every inch of the journey.
6-1 to 7-2 yesterday. An amazing but insignificant little stat for you there, Macca. Yesterday, Rod Craig took Intergaze for the races. His previous 14 runners in Sydney had all finished second.
In last year's Sydney Cup, the 3-year-old Tie the Knot overwhelmed the amazing 2-mile of Arenas with the help of a 9.5 kilo pull in the weights. 12 months and another 3 Group 1 wins later, Tie the Knot lined up to defend his Sydney Cup title, this time being asked to carry 57 kilos and achieve something that hadn't been done since Mosaic won back-to-back Sydney Cups in 1939 and 1940.
Here's the big chestnut, picking him up very quickly, Tie the Knot. Oh, he cruises to the front, and this superstar is racing away. Back-to-back Sydney Cups for him. Tie the Knot, 6 years, Ronnie Lahar Arena. Oh, but what a stayer. And another big one for Raymond Shane. Tie the Knot wins from Ears, Ronnie.
Tie the Knot is racing.
Praise indeed got up for third from Lahar.
Well, he carried the biggest weight for 21 years in that win yesterday, Bruce. I think that Tie the Knot is a little in the shadow of Might and Power, who's sidelined at the moment. Otherwise, we would be hailing him as one of the great horses of the past decades.
Gee, I don't rate him that highly, Keith. I really don't. He was unable to win a Caulfield Cup or a Melbourne Cup where he was set for last year. But
he's had 7 Group 1 wins for this season.
I reckon some of them I reckon some of the Group 1s he's won are in the second division. I'm not knocking the horse. He's fantastic, and he's won a lot of...
I'm glad you said that.
I'm not knocking him. I think he's a terrific horse, but he is wrong. He's not a terrific horse, and Praise Indeed's not a terrific horse.
But that's...
And the Sydney Cup is a B- race.
Look, what you've said is correct, but all he can do is win, and as Keith rightfully...
He won a Cox Plate, a Melbourne Cup, and a Australian Cup. That's the great estate winners. Tie the Knot became the 16th horse to win $3 million. He jumped to number 9. The common denominator of the top 5, they've all won one race. Keith, which one is it?
Oh, it's the Cox Plate. And Tie the Knot will join that quintet above him, I think, this season, Bruce.
But that's correct again, Keith. By gee, you're having a good day today, because
if he wins the Cox...
Pacific Airways Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Sunline's the top raider. It's $1.50 on the tote. Istedad 9 the favourite, but Intergaze at $5.60. 20 Istedad.
Might hook India, so to speak, from about the 800 metres mark. I wonder if they will.
I think if they do, Intergaze will probably come over top of both of us or Istedad. So I don't know. You know, we'll just see how the rest goes.
They're racing in the Queen Elizabeth. Intergaze and Darazari jumped away quickly, and Sunline, as you would expect, pinged out of the gate. She's going forward. Sunliner's doing it all her own way in front. Led just over a length on Sky Heights. I wonder when Oliver will start to go forward. He's creeping closer now and put a bit of pressure on the champion New Zealand filly. Lisa's third. Intergaze fourth, the inside from Darazari. And Istedad is still last of all. At the 800 metres mark, Sunline. Oh, she's travelling sweetly. Just over a length on Sky Heights. Oliver going forward now. He's within a neck of Sunline. Lisa's on his back, starting to improve, but being niggled at. Intergaze back on the inside. Then came Darazari and Istedad coming towards the bend, 500 metres out. Sunline in front. He hasn't moved yet, Cassidy. He's as quiet as a mouse. He'll turn the bend by a long neck in front of Sky Heights, and the 2 3-year-olds have raced away from the other 3-year-old Lise. Then came Intergaze. Sky Heights on top of the rise, hit the front. Sunline's under pressure, but she's rallying back strongly, and Lisa's running on. Intergaze is starting to come with a withering run. The giant killer. Intergaze on the outsides, hit the lead from Sky Heights. Lise late on the scene. Istedad. Carmody had taken Intergaze to the front. He's going to win the Queen Elizabeth for 2 years out of the last 3, and Intergaze too good. He wins it from Istedad and Sky Heights. Then came Lise. Sunline gave up quickly in the straight, and Darazari was last home. Sky Heights on the outside, and Sunline 2 lengths to Lise. 2 lengths further back is Intergaze. Sunline is fighting back gamely. Sky Heights, and here's Intergaze, the giant killer from Lise. Intergaze out in the centre. He beat Octagonal here 2 years ago, and he's going to win it again today. You beauty, Intergaze. Intergaze and Craig Carmody win the Queen Elizabeth. Second home was Istedad from Sky Heights and Lise. The $2 million in stake earnings. Number
520, no third dividend Sky Heights, 31.40 the Quinella.
What a knockout he proved to be again yesterday. It's been his day over the years, hasn't it, this one?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think so, Bruce. Intergaze won this race as a 3-year-old. He also won, as you say, on this day, the Champagne Stakes as a 2-year-old. 3 of his 5 Group 1 wins have been on this day, virtually.
At least the way she sprinted there, and I thought, well, we have to stay with our game plan and take her on, or work up beside her from the 1,000-metre mark and make a real race of it, because realistically, she can sit and sprint, that filly. Yeah. She's a great filly. Like, you can't take anything away from her. No. Beat yesterday.
Now, and Colin's probably just saved himself a couple of kilos in the cups by not winning them.
Yes. The Dark Jewel and Selzadell from the inside, and Alimony out wide, both a little slow to go. Snippets, Lass and Flickering Fire came out quickly. Babushka began well. Sasha's fourth in front of Veticello, and then Tina's Star. Selzadell midfield after the slow beginning. A length away, Gratification on the outside of Little Paddy, then Golden Mozza, Beauty Bell. Deep on the outside of Gratification. Little Paddy on the rail, followed by Beauty Bell, who's a long way back as they travel down the side of the track with Golden Mozza, and Alimony still 3 deep at the tail of the field. Snippets Lass the leader. 500 metres left to run at the Dark Jewel. At the top of the lane for home, and Snippets Lass leads by a length. Babushka in second spot. Flickering Fire third, trying to work away from the inside. Then Sash, Veticello and Tina Star on the outside. It's Snippets Lass clear at the distance pole. Still more than a length in front. Flickering Fire into the clear now. But Snippets Lass the one to run down. Flickering Fire trying to reach it. Little Paddy steaming through on the fence. Paddy's going home over the top of Snippets Lass, and Little Paddy's won the Dark Jewel from Snippets Lass and Flickering Fire. Then Sash, Tina Star, Babushka in second spot. Flickering Fire third, trying to work away from the inside. Then Sash, Veticello and Tina Star on the outside. It's Snippets Lass clear at the distance pole. Still more than a length in front. Flickering Fire into the clear now, but Snippets Lass the one to run down. Flickering Fire trying to reach it. Little Paddy steaming through on the fence. Paddy's going home over the top of Snippets Lass,
and Little Paddy's won the dark jewel from Snivets Lass and Flickering Fire. Then Sash, Tina Star, Venticello and Selzadell, Babushka, Golden Mozza, Gratification, Beauty Bell, and last in was Alimony. Little Paddy sailing home from a mile to 40 at the top of the
60. Spend is out to $10. Mono Joker 24. Bay 15. Arimathea 7.
Laurie's Lottery at $3.60 and $2. Back Uncle James and Huge Jet, they led together. Laurie's Lottery third, the outside. Dasher Bay on the fence. Mr. Innocent going up deep with Sharon and Helm to Brook on the fence. Arimathea's improving in the middle. Out deep on the track, Ruby called from Mono Joker. Bettiner Road, Kilimanjaro, Black Bean, and Spends a mile back as they turn. Uncle James first for home. Huge Jet. Here's Dasher Bay, Laurie's Lottery, and Mr. Innocent are sprinting quickly. Then Helm followed by Sharon to Brook and Arimathea, but Mr. Innocent dashed to the lead at the 200 metres mark. Arimathea into second spot. Black Bean's getting home from Spend, but Mr. Innocent is well clear. Look at Black Bean making up a lot of ground, but Mr. Innocent in front, and Mr. Innocent beat Black Bean third, probably Arimathea. A lip in front of Helm and Spend, then Lazaga Lottery hit the brick wall in the straighties, beat three home. They were Kilimanjaro, Uncle James, and last home was Huge Jet.
Gerard's Rocket, the 3-year-old colt from Coffs Harbour. Mr. Innocent at 11 to 2. Black Bean at 10 to 1. Arimathea.
Here are the computer ratings on the big one of the day up north. Chief De Beers and Ab Initio both rating 100. 560 Ab Initio, 265 Blazing Steel 12. Corporate James Point Danger 10. Staging 940 and Greta Hall $10.
Gipman's going to give him the run of this race, and we've just spoken with Barry Green up.
Malaguar, Corporate James and Spy King, a length away, Blazing Steel on the inside of Staging, and then came Nevitt on the inside of Pleasure Giver, and last of all, Greta Hall on the turn, 400 metres to go, and Ab Initio first to the bend. Point Danger's in the middle, he's the first to drop off, I think, and Chief De Beers went straight past a lot of them. 300 metres to go, Chief De Beers went to the lead from Ab Initio. Pimpala, Prince, Malaguar, Corporate James, and Staging is getting home hard. Chief De Beers in front of Ab Initio, Pimpala Prince staging late. Chief De Beers is just in front. Look at Staging, Pimpala Prince on the fence. Staging raced up. Staging, I think Staging tipped out Pimpala Prince right on the line. Third's another photo. Pimpala Prince, Malaguar, Corporate James, and Staging is getting home hard. Chief De Beers in front of Ab Initio, Pimpala Prince staging late. Chief De Beers is just in front. Look at Staging, Pimpala Prince on the fence. Staging raced up. Staging, I think Staging tipped out Pimpala Prince right on the line. Third's another photo. Ab Initio, Chief De Beers in a photo with Blazing Steel. To Ab Initio at $1.45. Staging, what a performance, and what about a performance on this Doomben track?
Sits down and he's beautifully balanced and he rides them out.
Ratings, Mr. Innocent, Black Bean and Go Flash. 365 Black Bean, 30 Room for a Slew, 24 Double Helix, 14 Arimathea, 880 Go Flash Go, Bernadette Paris Way, Camarina Glen Boss, 15.
If there's an upset, it could possibly be the bottom weight, the filly Camarina.
And has been well tried here to the event. The Greenslopes Private Hospital, Queensland Guineas.
The run. Gates open off and racing now. Camarina off the inside began okay, and Dash of Bay was the first to go, and Black Bean's outside the leader, and there goes Go Flash Go, and a Double Helix fourth. Lazaga Letter in fifth position. Camarina sixth on the inside, being closely followed by Black Bean. Lease about midfield from Mr. Innocent, and then came Bettiner Road, Starry Way, followed by Spend. Further back on the field, Scoozy Please, then came Arimathea. Mithrander's a long way back on the field, followed by Room for a Slew, and last of all is Figurehead. On the bend, 500 out in the Guineas, and Go Flash Go is first around the bend, a length the Bagolino. Dasher Bay on the fence from Double Helix. Camarina trying to get out from Lazaga Letter. Mr. Innocent, Room for a Slew down the outside is sprinting quickly, and Scoozy Please, and now Arimathea running home. Go Flash Go, the leader from Dasher Bay. Camarina on the fence. Scoozy Please and Mr. Innocent from Room for a Slew and Arimathea, but Camarina got the rails run. Camarina went to the lead. Arimathea is rattling home on the extreme outside, but Camarina took the lead, and Camarina won the Guineas. Arimathea second, Go Flash Go third, and then Dasher Bay, Starry Way, followed by Mithrander, Scoozy Please, Lazaga Letter.
The Guineas and Camarina officially paid $8.30 and $3. Arimathea 420, Go Flash Go.
It's the fourth filly to win since 1984. It was a big performance, Wayne.
It was a great performance by
her. She should have won the Oaks if she had an alley and the AJC Oaks. So, she's a very exciting filly. You know, from here on, I can't see anything beating in the Oaks. Bar bad luck, and if she has an injury, which we hope we won't have. But
let's look at Doomben race 7, the 10,000. Here are the computer ratings. Win City rating 100 and paying very well on the Queensland TAB 810. Ab Initio 98. Right, Chief De Beers 770. Ab Initio 955, Blazing City, Laurie's Lottery 825, Paris Dream 37, 870, Staging $6, Bonanova 13, Rose of War as we come over the page or get to the bottom, and Win City over here on her own $8.10. Prominently, Chief De Beers in those famous yellow with the orange V.
Off in the 10,000, Chief De Beers from near the outside, one of the first to go. Ab Initio and Adam began quickly, so did Win City, Paris Dream and Laurie's Lottery not far away either as Helm. Pimpala Prince just off the speed. Initio went to the lead. Adam in second spot. Laurie's Lottery is third on the inside of Win City. Hellman Racing fifth on the outside of Paris Dream, and Chief De Beers is midfield on the outside of Staging. A half a length the Rose of War. Pimpala Prince travelling deep. Further back Suitcase on the inside from Camino Rose. Corporate James, Pleasure Giver, Blazing Steel, and last Bonanova. At the 600 metres mark, and Ab Initio the leader. A half to Adams. Laurie's Lottery racing third. Win City fourth. Paris Dream is fifth on the inside. Then came Helm. Chief De Beers coming to the outside. Staging's on the fence from Rose of War and Camino Rose in the straight. Ab Initio joined by Adam, followed by Laurie's Lottery. Win City on the outside. Here comes Chief De Beers with a big run. Paris Dreamers going with him. Staging's getting into the clear. Adam the leader. Laurie's Lottery trying hard to get to Adam and Chief De Beers. Adam on the inside and Laurie's Lottery. Laurie's Lottery's going the better. Laurie's Lottery's got his nose in front. Laurie's Lottery a nose in the 10,000 to Adam. And third flashing home Corporate James. Then Staging followed by Chief De Beers, Camino Rose Hill.
On Win City next on the outside. Chief De Beers is unleashing with a big run. Staging weaving her way through the field. Adams in front of Laurie's Lottery. Chief De Beers is trying hard to get to them. Adams just in front. Laurie's Lottery's going to him with every stride. Laurie's poked his nose in front. Laurie's Lottery just in front. Yes, he's won it. Laurie's Lottery first. Adam second.
Number 6, Adam is second. What a great race. He missed the run in the Sir Bernhardt last week, and you just think missing that.
315. Adam 510. Corporate James, another old marble, $8.60.
Got very close to Adam, so much so that the horses brushed, and Jim Byrne was restricted in his whip action over the final stages. Now Pelling went in and crowded Adam over on the inside. That was the claim from Jimmy Byrne. The stewards saw it another way and they dismissed the objection, but it was a real borderline decision. They tell me a 50-50 go in the protest there.
Yippee Yayo in the Doomben Cup, and you heard Jim Cassidy's confidence in relation to this horse winner. Intergaze 565 denied in this race last year by Might and Power, hoping to go one better for Craig Carmody. Estadad 21, Marble Hall 640, Yippee Yayo 680, Eyeing 18, Sir Native Chief 25, 730
by Burnborough when he completed the Doomben 10,000 Doomben double back in 1946. There's never been a horse to win the 10,000 in the Cup. Malora's just getting a perfect run. Third on the inside, a length away to Marble Hall. 3 deep around Lease, and then came Yippee Io on the fence. Spying's improving. Intergaze hasn't been any closer than 3 deep. He's going forward, been tracked by Lahar. Then Jean's Interest, Joss Sticks. Estadad's under the whip. He's dropped back third last from Champagne Spring, and Arcadia's last of all. So Native Chief led up the 500 from Ears Ronnie. Marble Halls has gone up. Malora's on the fence waiting for a run. Lisa's next as they turn the corner, and Intergaze has gone up very quickly as they turn, and then came Lahar in the straight, and Intergaze. He sprinted quickly on the outside. Malora's into the clear now, followed by Lahar and Marble Halls. Intergaze in front at the 200. Lahar in second spot, followed by Malora. Jean's Interest in Spying, but it is Intergaze clear with 100 to go. Lahar's trying hard in second spot. Well, he might have got beaten by Might and Power last year, but he'll make up for it today. Intergaze, and he went home to win the Cup from Lahar. Tight for third. Joss Sticks and Yippee Io together with Malora. Spying not far away from Jean's Interest. Champagne Spring Mark.
24, Craig Carmody and Rod Craig. Lahar 535. Game as ever in top company. Joss Sticks 525.
Intergaze, gee, he's a serious horse now, Wayne. 6 Group 1 wins and a really worthy winner of this race that I think attracts great horses year in and year out, the Doomben Cup.
Yeah, well, since they went to weight for age in 1990, it really has attracted the stars. Intergaze ran into Might and Power this time last year. But yesterday...
With Might and Power probably retired, Intergaze and Tie the Knot, Wayne, are now probably the 2 best weight for age older horses going round.
Yes, I'd say that, Bruce, and this fellow's going to be set now for the Cox Plate. They're going to pull up stumps now. I thought they...
In the right spot. For mine, I think he's Horse of the Year. His performances all autumn have been fantastic. Intergaze, he's won the, a few Group 1s this autumn, and he just got headed in the Australian Cup, and it was, a flip of the coin whether he could have won that. It's just a bob of the heads. So, failing to find one that can beat him for Horse of the Year, for my money. What do you think?
Oh, come on, Richard, you've got to be kidding. Tie the Knot. You're there. Tie the Knot beat Intergaze.
Oh, well, yes.
And he's earned more. He's won more.
Yeah, Tie the Knot would be the one to beat, but I like Intergaze.
They steady down, set, off and racing now. Figurehead near the inside, one of the first to come out, and Refugee began well. Camarina was well into stride. Grease and Drama Queen just off the speed. Scoozy of all, Drama Queen. Camarina is the leader, still travelling at the 700 metres mark, led by a half length over Refugee. Kugelhoff, Room for a Slew on the outside, followed by Willow Star. Scoozy Please putting itself in the picture. Further back is Grease as they come to the turn, and Conair's a long way back, but Camarina skipped away. 400 metres to go. Camarina raced away from Kugelhoff. Then Willow Star, Scoozy Please, Room for a Slew, and now Conair's going to run home towards the fence and wide out as Figurehead, but Camarina's a mile in front. 200 metres to go. Camarina 4 lengths to Figurehead on the outside, running home, and then came Scoozy Please and Conair, but Camarina's well clear. Figurehead's making up a lot of ground, but Camarina's got too big a break in the run of the post, and Camarina leads all the way to win the Derby. Figurehead second, Scoozy Please third, and then came Grease and Willow Star from Joe Banana's Room for... This was our Kinjate. Figurehead 295, and third Scoozy Please at 265. Tickery ready. Bonanova stands well. Adam is set. Ready. They're off in the Stradbroke handicap, and Bonanova was slow to move at the start, and so too was In a Flurry, and Adam was the first to ping out, and the Grey City Fair began quickly. Carneva, 700 to go. City Fair the leader. Adam in the box seat second. Carnelian third. Roulette's fourth, and then came Antiquity on the inside of Laurie's Lottery. Pleasure Giver next on the inside, followed by Burrito, In a Flurry, Monopolised Deep, then Mastic, Camino Rose, Normal Practice, Rose of War. Further back staging, Jugglers a long way back with Greta Hall, Bonanova and Sucrum. In the straight, 400 metres to go, and there goes Little Adam. He sprinted to the lead. City Fair battling hard in second spot, and they've raced away from Carnelian. Antiquity on the fence from Roulette, and further back Laurie's Lottery. Adam in front at the 200. City Fair is coming again on the inside. Adam's just the leader. City Fair fighting back. Adam ahead in front. The Grey City Fair's trying to get to him. The little horse Adam will not be denied. It's his day. He'll win the Stradbroke, Adam. Adam beat City Fair, staging, rocketed home to get third, and then came Roulette, Carnelian, In a Flurry, followed by Bonanova, Corporate James, Normal Practice, Pleasure Giver, Burrito, Rosegler is last of all. Adam has won the Stradbroke. Help but admire this little fellow. Adam, he'd run just behind them in the Doncaster. He'd run a terrific race in the All-Age to Intergaze, who was nosed out in the 10,000. He ran third in the BTC Sprint, and Jimmy Byrne, who had to cop the disappointment.
Staging fourth, followed him.
Terrific call there, Wayne, and staging was a run, wasn't she?
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a great performance. It was a pace-dominated race. There was no speed on early. It made it impossible for the backmarkers to get home. She flew from 17th on the corner, and she was in a lot of trouble early in the race. I think...
5, Praise Indeed. 2, Yippee-I-O. 6, Perpetual. Bonus at $8.35. Yippee-I-O, $5.35. Shaskay is out. Joss Sticks at $10. Praise Indeed, $8.30. $6.90. Morphy's at $30. Extremely well.
Well, he's won the 2 Mile Adelaide Cup before. He's got the form on the board.
Big thing in his favour, Simon. I think a couple of these horses may struggle at
the Brisbane Cup, the Sky Channel Brisbane Cup. Ellen is indeed as last. They're on the top corner, 900 out from the judge. The speed is on. Reputed Groomer neck, the Yippee-I-O's Exabeel third. Lahar's getting a lovely run fourth.
Here's Ronnie on the fence, then Perpetual Check and Sheer Kingston. 2 to Cronus off the bit. They're making it a real sprint home in the Cup. About 5 to Joss Sticks, followed by Morphe, Midnight Bay, Bombast, Valance, Praise and Deeds not in the race at the moment. And Fresno Canyon's dropped out the last. On the turn into the straight, and Reputed Groom is the leader. Yippee-I-O's on the outside, about to go to the front as they turn the corner. And then here's Ronnie to get into the clear from Lahar. Perpetual Check on the outside, and Sheer Kingston and Cronus. 300 metres left to go. Yippee-I-O went to the lead from Reputed Groom. Sheer Kingston's going to cut through for me. Is Ronnie and Perpetual Check on the outside. Sheer Kingston hit the front with 200 metres to go on the Cup. He broke away, Sheer Kingston. He's home. He dashed away. Perpetual Check second on the outside of Here's Ronnie. But it is all Sheer Kingston. He's going to win the Brisbane Cup by a big space. And Sheer Kingston won by about 5 lengths to either Here's Ronnie or Perpetual Check. Then Lahar, Cronus, Yippee-I-O, Reputed Groom, Praise Indeed, never...
He's diving through in the centre and he is hit the front. It's Sheer Kingston going to the lead at the 200. Perpetual Check is coming after him on the outside. But Sheer Kingston, he picked up, he dashed at the 100 metre point, and the Brisbane Cup is all over. Sheer Kingston's racing away. He's going to the post to win the Cup by 4 lengths.
John Maher.
The field. The Adelaide Cup, Brisbane Cup double to Sheer Kingston. Damien Oliver and John Maher.
Little horse, and Ronnie Cully flew down from Hong Kong. I only thought he could run third because I thought there's 4 or 5 winners, but anyway, we've done better than that.
How far out have you planned?
Winner, Sheer Kingston, $5.75 and $2.10. Number 6, Perpetual Check, $2.85, and 13 Here's Ronnie, $4.65. Here's Ronnie, $4.65, and weight is right, correct weight. Quinella, $26.40, the trifecta.
The now retired doyen of Australian racing journalists summed it up this way. Cricket had Sir Donald Bradman, billiards had Walter Lindrum, and racing had Tommy Smith. Smith died in Sydney on September 2nd, 1998, from a massive cerebral hemorrhage. He had been in excellent health right until the stroke hit him, having been at the races at Rose Hill the previous Saturday and acting in his normal, bullish, chirpy manner. Smith was the hero of the racing battler, a role model who came from the bush as a kid, who started with nothing and amassed a fortune, estimated by business magazines to be in excess of $100 million. As Elliot said, Tommy Smith is and will always remain a legend in racing, not just in Australia, but around the world. Tommy Smith's feats will never be equalled. An unbroken sequence of 33 Sydney Trainers Premierships, coming back one more time in the twilight of his career to make it 34. His tally of 282 Group 1 winners, including a world record 35 derbies, is the stuff of legends. He's the greatest trainer in the history of the Cox Plate, 7 wins, and the Golden Slipper, 6 wins, with his greatest dominance being in the Chelmsford Stakes, a weight-for-age race at his home track, Randwick, which he won an astonishing 16 times. He trained some of the great horses of the Australian turf: Tulloch, Kingston Town, Red Craze, Red Anchor, and the Gundawindi Grey, Gunsynd. But perhaps his most significant legacy was his only child, daughter Gay Waterhouse, who emulated her dad by winning the Sydney Trainers Premiership in 1997, as well as being Australia's leading trainer of Group 1 winners that season. The race clubs of Australia were quick to honour the great Tommy Smith. The Australian Jockey Club renamed the Endeavour Stakes in his honour, while the QTC gave him a Group 1 race, formerly the Castlemaine Classic, now the TJ Smith. Farewell, the Little General.
Into second place. Belldale Bull stopping to a walk, but he's going to win. Belldale Bull, Johnny Les beats My Blue Denim. And Talax shot clear. Too late today. And down to the line, and Talax won the cup.
3/4 of a length to Rising Field.
But Dulcify well clear. Brent Thompson going for his fourth Cox Plate, and he's got it. He's home, Dulcify. He's 6 lengths in front of Chivalry, and then after a Shane imposing stopping. Dulcify's won by a minute, and that's the way he might win the Melbourne Cup. Dulcify by 6 lengths to Chivalry.
Racing and breeding horses and training horses, it's all hopes and dreams, and I've been lucky enough to have most of my dreams fulfilled.
We talked about Colin's contribution at the beginning of the program. I think he's one of the most significant, important South Australians of the last 50 years. Wayne Wilson. We talked about Colin's contribution at the beginning of the program. I think he's one of the most significant, important South Australians of the last 50 years. Wayne Wilson.